Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Woke Tarot. I am so excited to be doing this particular pick a card reading for you today. Everybody has been asking me, when are you going to do more readings about love? And the answer is typically always the same. I am going to do the readings that I feel that the collective is ready for and that the energies are training us for, right? Preparing us for. And now is the time for a reading about love. So I am very excited to put one together for you. I've been waiting for a while to do this because I have felt, and I'm sure you have felt it too, a huge shift in energy in how it's affecting us. And I cannot tell you how excited I am of what is coming around the corner for everybody. I feel like I hate to call it an end to suffering, but for those of you that have been going through it, you know what I'm talking about, where you're just like, goodness, universe, please, will the suffering end? When am I going to catch a break here? And I feel that that is right around the corner for a lot of us. I'm very excited to make future videos regarding these shifts that I feel in the energy for the collective, for the world. We are moving into an exciting time, and I hope that you get excited. I hope that you get filled with your own hope, because I can tell you right now that there are some exciting things coming for all of us in the future, okay? I have set out to make what I think is going to be the most detailed reading on your next relationship that I have probably ever seen on YouTube. I want this to feel so all-inclusive that there's no question about when this is supposed to happen and who it is supposed to happen with. Now, as you know, the more detail that we get into, the longer the reading, and I'm happy to do it for you, but I like to warn people to get some coffee, some tea, some wine, whatever, some water, whatever it is that tickles your fancy before we get started, because this is probably going to be a longer reading than most, okay? I want to remind everybody that these readings are general readings, which means that they're not going to resonate with every single person. And I also want to let you know that if you are interested in a reading like this that is more in tune to your specific energy, you can always feel free to order one at my website at wokewitchtarot.com, or by visiting me up at my socials here above the screen. I think by the time that you see this particular reading, I will be doing a slight sale on this particular type of reading, okay? As I mentioned before, there are so many of us that have this question about, when is love coming? When am I going to meet my partner? When am I going to meet my future spouse? When am I going to meet my soulmate, my twin flame, right? And I've been hesitant to do readings about this because I really feel like the energies were telling us that we needed to focus on the hard work, on the shadow work, and that's where my readings have really been focusing. I even see it a lot on the personal side, right, where people ask these questions, and I say it like it is, like the universe wants you to focus on something else right now, okay? But I feel like that's changing. I feel like the tide is changing, and there are so many of us that have been waiting for this love to the point that it feels impossible, to the point that it aches. And the floodgates are about to open for you, okay? As you know, I don't fill people with false hope on this channel. And I genuinely feel like those of us that haven't had love for a very long time are about to experience it. And when I say love, the amount of abundance that I feel, like the reason why I'm so excited is because it's something that is true. It's not something fickle. Like, I feel like a lot of you are coming into a time where you are going to meet your twins, you are going to meet your forever person, okay? The person that you did this with in the previous life, and the person that you'll do this with in the next life. So I'm really, really excited, if you can't tell, to jump into this reading for you. One thing that I want to mention, this channel, if you haven't guessed by the name, is all-inclusive. So if I ever mention any type of gender, right, based off of what is showing on the face value of the card, please know that we all have masculine and feminine energies. If you are a man watching this, if you are a woman watching this, whatever it is that you connect with, okay? Whatever it is that you relate to, please apply that specific thing to you. I try to not mention gender at all, but occasionally it does come out, or if I feel a certain energy, I'll say it. But know that none of these readings are gender specific, all right? Alrighty, with all that in mind, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into the reading. I'd like to ask you to take a moment to really breathe in and out. And I want you to think. I want you to think about this beautiful lover that you've got coming into your life to the point that you get excited about it. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life right now. I want you to think so clearly about this person, the way they feel, the way that they make you feel, that you can't help but smile right now as you breathe in and out and you ask the question of who it is that is coming into your life next in a romantic sense. All right. When you're ready, you can feel free to pause the video if you need to and take a couple of deep breaths while you think about that and you get to this excited place. When you're ready, I want you to pick the first pile that you gravitate towards. Here are the piles for you to pick from. Pile 1 is this beautiful dried flower here. A little bit white and yellow here, sparse, right? Pile 2 is this dried pink flower here. This one reminded me of a confetti puff because it was so puffy before I laid it to dry. Pile 3 is this leaf here that has a couple of different colors, a little bit of an ombre effect here in the color from some ambers to some greens. And then obviously pile 4, this beautiful white flower. I believe this might have been a daisy before I smashed it down and dried it up. So pile 1, 2, 3, or 4. Take as much time as you need, and when you're ready, either jump to the times that I have listed here on the upper left-hand corner, or click on the time that I have put in the pinned comment down below. And when you click on it, it will actually take you to the portion of the video, so you don't have to do any fast forwarding or anything like that. All right? All right, I will see you on the side of whatever reading it is that you picked. Alrighty, if you picked flower number 1, then this is the reading for you on who it is that you are going to have your next relationship with. As I had mentioned, there is a lot of stuff that I want to cover in your reading, okay? I'd like to start with this question of when it is that you are going to meet this person. Then we are going to go through the life path, their a little bit about their story, what they're into, what they're like, their personality, right? Stuff about your relationship specifically, how it is that they'll treat you, what they like about you, how you guys connect. I've got charms, I've got initials, I've got some other little surprises, and I've got some oracle cards for you as well. So let's start with the time frame. Based on the pendulum, 15 to 18 months. That's not a long time from now. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, pile number 1. I love you, but I don't want to hear it. 15 to 18 months is not a long time to wait for a relationship that feels like the energy that I'm getting from these particular flowers, okay? I feel like if you knew the depth of what it was that I was talking about, you would wait a lifetime for this, okay? I always tell people that this time frame, this 15 to 18 months, that you will be waiting to meet this person or to come into union with this person is the perfect time that you can spend working on yourself, making sure that you're the best version of you possible, that you are fully in love with you before you commit to being in love with anybody else, okay? Alrighty. As far as their personalities, I get a lot of fun, playful energy, and I have a feeling that this is somebody that you are going to get quite intimate with. I have a feeling that this, in a physical sense, will be one of the most connected relationships that you have experienced, and one that gives you quite a level of, how shall I say, nirvana in the realm of intimacy, okay? This is somebody that is going to get you there, if you know what I mean. At the bottom of the deck, we have this beautiful Get Curious card, and this very much, it plays to their playful nature, right? It also plays to their curious mind. I would not be shocked if this person is either an intuitive of some sort, they have those kinds of gifts, or perhaps they're creative in some sense, right? This idea of thinking outside of the box, of coloring outside of the lines, their wings stretch far beyond the border that's kind of allowed for them to do that, right? This is a person that they dance to the beat of their own drum, and they don't have any qualms about getting curious about life. I see this very much as this idea of getting curious about fun in the bedroom as well. Okay, I see this strongly as an indication that this person doesn't mind learning new tricks, doesn't mind experimenting, and they really take time to learn somebody, learn what makes them tick and what pleases them, okay? You have Get Curious, and you also have Get Wild. Now, I wonder if this is a person that is a big yin to your yang, or a yang to your yin, okay? This is somebody that is very much outside of the realm of who you would normally think to date, with that Get Curious card, but there is something underneath the surface. I think it's more than just sexual chemistry, right? I feel like there's something underneath the surface that lets you know that this person is a twin of yours in some capacity. Now, I already have two confirmations on the table that this person could very well be your twin flame. As I had mentioned earlier, the type of love that I'm getting excited about here, that you're going to be waiting for here, is the kind of love that is a forever love, I feel, okay? And we see that here with the Get Wild card. Now, I know, what does Get Wild have to do with a twin flame? But you can see the imagery, hopefully, on this particular card, right? Of these two skulls, these two things that mirror one another. You mirror each other in thought, and I get in spirit too. There's something about your level of wildness, your level of curiosity, your level of wanting to experience new things, of wanting to transform and make changes and progress and to ascend, that matches, you guys match on that level. And I get too that even though this idea of your yin and your yang, this person being slightly opposite from you, okay, even though you guys look in opposite directions, even though you're twins, you look in opposite directions, which is actually such a great way to go into a relationship. And what I mean by that is, you guys are similar enough to be together in a deep love, but you're also different enough that you each bring something else to the table. You each have your own hobbies, you each have your own friend groups, you each have your own interests. So it's not like this relationship where like 1+1 melts into 1, because those sometimes don't work, because 1+1 equals 2. You guys learn how to keep your complete independence from one another while still sharing your lives together, while still sharing this beautiful bond together. And the fact that you're each bringing something to the table makes you not get bored with the other person. I see too that perhaps this person has a great sense of humor, this idea of the flower inside the mouth, as in when they speak, flowers come out. When they speak, this could even be a nod to the creative energy that I felt earlier. They could be like a writer. They could express themselves in this way. When they speak, diamonds roll out of their mouth, right? When they speak, flowers, as in comedy, jokes, lighthearted banter, come out of their mouth. So they're very, very good with that. Obviously, we've already touched on the physical elements and how I feel that you guys will mesh in that wild way. And then we have Reflect here. Now, this is the second card. This is the second card that lets me know that you guys are twins. Notice even here, these birds mirror each other. And I would not be shocked if this person actually doesn't live exactly where you live. Perhaps you will meet them at a distance, or you'll meet them and you'll realize, oh, we've just met while you're on vacation or something like that. And we're going to have to bridge that distance as we work to get to know each other, and we get to get to be into a more intimate relationship. I also see this as the potential of a relationship growing over quarantine, right? And you're two birds that have to migrate together eventually because there's a little bit of distance from you. But nonetheless, you are two mirrors. You are two birds in love that decide to come together. You have the reflection. You have your third eye tells you instant connection. Your third eye tells you right away, this is the person that you are meant to fly into union with and to lock necks with, to be bound to, okay? In your soul, you will know that. I also see with reflect here, this is a nod to what I had mentioned earlier about this person possibly having their own gifts, their own very sensitive, intuitive, empathic nature. They perhaps know what it is that's going to happen before it happens. And we see that here with higher perspective as well. This is not a person that does small talk. This is a person that is very much into self-improvement. They want to get better. I'm sure we want to have fun. We want to enjoy life, but that is a process of getting better, right? The more fun that we can have, the more freedom that we get, that we give to ourselves by our hard work, by our shadow work, right? By our ascension in the material. This person is very much interested in getting higher and higher and higher up the mountain and pushing themselves, not for clout, not for money, not for, because they want to know at what point do I break? And when I do get to the point of breaking, what does it reveal about my character, about what I choose to do at that point? Do I move forward and continue to break just to push my limits? Or do I run away from pain or from, right, the fear of approaching my limit? This person very much wants to push their boundaries. And I sense self-improvement is very, very important to them, okay? With reflect here and higher perspective, this person certainly could be a water sign here, a Pisces specifically. I get the Hanged Man, and I also get Virgo, the Hermit, this idea of reflect, going within, finding inner light. Okay, this person reflects you. They reflect you so beautifully. This reminds me of a song, actually. I think I've mentioned it in one personal reading in the past, but it's a what is that song? It's Such Great Heights. That's the name of the song, and it's by a band called the Postal Service. The lead singer actually is a singer for a different band, but there's this line, this idea of reflection and the eyes, that says, I am thinking it's a sign that the freckles in our eyes are mirror images, and when we kiss, they're perfectly aligned. And I have to speculate that God Himself did make us into corresponding shapes, like puzzle pieces from the clay. This wrapping of the necks, it makes me think that we're like molding ourselves to one another, right? That we understand that we reflect, the freckles in our eyes reflect, right? There's something so familiar about this person that they almost feel like family. Right? They automatically feel like family when you meet them. I'm going to give you some signs as I go through the reading of, how you can tell when this person is approaching, but I don't think you're going to need them. Pile number one, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I think this is so magnetic that you will know right away. There's another line in that song, and I only mention it. I keep telling myself, shut up. You got to stop doing these 5-hour readings, but here we are. I cannot help myself, okay? I'd rather give you more of myself than less of myself and then cheat you out of the reading, okay? There's more in that line, in that song, where he says, and true, it may seem like a stretch, but it's thoughts like this that catch my troubled head when you're away and I am missing you to death. When you are out there on the road for several weeks of shows, when you scan the radio, I hope this song will bring you home. I felt so compelled to try to remember that for you and to say it because it kind of reiterates this idea of potential distance initially. Okay, quarantine might keep you guys apart here, so I thought I would mention that. I don't typically get songs unless I ask for them, and then here we are reciting half of a song. I would highly recommend listening to that song if you're ever down and you want to think about this person and get upbeat. It's a really catchy, beautiful song. So I had mentioned perhaps Pisces or Virgo. I also see here with the Get Wild card, this is my Scorpio card. First, because Scorpios are obviously the rulers of the underworld, they're the rulers of sex, and we have the death here in these macabre style skulls. Okay, very, very nice. Let's see what else we can get about this person. As I'm going through my typical spiel, I'm realizing that there is a deck that I forgot to pull out. So when we get to that part of the reading, as much as I hate to pause in the middle of a reading, I will have to pause to get that deck for you. I apologize for that. What else can you tell me, please, about the person that pile number 1 is going to meet? It's funny because as I think of that higher perspective, I can't help but to look at this flower and to think of this idea of, like, obviously all flowers grow upwards, right? But there's something specific about this flower and how it reaches up. And it's almost like it's stretching itself. I get that visual of it stretching towards the heavens, towards the sky, trying to get to this place that, like, it's almost like it's too big for this flower. This flower will never get that high, right, to, like, touch the sky. But, like, nevertheless, there's this persistence of this flower to continue to try to push, to grow in that direction. There's something so beautiful about that. Again, this idea of limitations and ignoring them and just kind of going for what it is that you want. For pile number 1, please. Quiet. Can we say quiet? Mysterious? Like, give me all of your stuff. Give me your secrets now. I am a Scorpio, so when cards act like this and somebody doesn't want to relinquish their secrets, in true Scorpio fashion, I get a bit perturbed by that. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have Truth. This is my Ace of Swords. I had mentioned that perhaps this person could be a creative, and this would fall in line with that, right? I always say the pen is mightier than the sword. This person deals in truth. They are honest. They are trustworthy. They're worthy of you putting your trust into, and I feel very strongly this sense of they trust the world. They trust the universe. They understand that that truth is the foundation of a human, right? If you don't have your word, then what do you have? So lying, cheating, that's not going to be an issue with this particular person, okay? They have a strong moral compass. They know to point north, and they do that even in the extreme, okay? They do that even when times are tough and dry. They will not sacrifice their integrity for water, even in this heat. That just tells you a lot about who this person is, okay? I see, too, this person could be actually a person of color. We'll see as we get to the physical descriptors. With Voyage here, I see very much 2 things. First, there's a lot of emotion here, right? This person has no qualms about playing inside their emotions. This body of water, they travel over it all the time. They're so experienced with it too that they know how to glide just above it, like just to graze it without letting it consume them. I had mentioned that they could certainly be water, and this is my water, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, okay? I also want to let you know that this person is so loyal. They know that no matter how much they grow, they will always take you with them on their journey. They will, if they get famous, they'll make sure you're the first person that gets honored on the red carpet. They'll include you in their speech and say, this would not have been possible without my spouse, without my partner, right? I see too that this person is a great parent. They will be a great parent, or they might have a child already. Okay, regardless, if they don't have a child yet, they will be very, very close to their future children. Okay, I see too, not to be vulgar, but hey, it's your future partner, not me, so you blame them. Okay, I see wet. I see a lot of water under Get Wild, and there's this idea that this communion of body is not just a communion of body; it's a communion of spirit. It's communication, it's emotion, meeting at the physical level. It's more than just touch. It's a celebration, and it's an extended conversation without words, right? It's an extended conversation when you guys touch one another. This fulfillment card here is very much my Nine of Cups, or the Star card, right? This is they're coming to you fully aware of who they are, their strengths, their weaknesses, what they need to work on, right? How to work around the issues that they need to work on in their life. Fully content. They're not expecting you to make them happy. And that's a nice thing, right? They're not expecting you to pay their bills, to take care of them in any way that they can't take care of themselves. Okay? This is, sometimes you get these people that come in and they're like, they want to take, and you realize that they're not actually in it for the relationship. They're just in it because they want things from you. This is not this person. This person has what they need, especially emotionally. So they're not going to drain you in that way. They're not a succubus in that way. They are fulfilled, and they seek fulfillment in their life. Now, I wonder, for some of you, if you are in Florida, or if you are in Georgia, this often reminds me of Georgia peaches. It also reminds me of the oranges in Florida, and all along California they have those beautiful orange groves, right? Somewhere that has this beautiful fruit that blossoms. This could be where this person is from. Very, very interesting. The last card is the card of opportunity. As I had mentioned, right, as we go through, you'll see that a lot of this stuff confirms itself on top of what I had mentioned intuitively off the top row. Higher perspective with opportunity. They reach for the stars, just like I said here with this higher perspective. They reach for the stars. I knew, I felt this was more than just spiritual, okay? They look constantly checking their own intuition. Where do I go next? You will not have a boring day with this person. That doesn't mean that they don't know how to relax. It doesn't mean that they don't know how to rest, right? It doesn't mean that they don't know how to indulge and how to vacation, because you can see by the landscapes here that they do like to move. They do like to travel and have fun. But one of the things that is fun for them is seeing how hard they can push themselves. That is an extracurricular activity. This is like their biggest hobby, is working on themselves and getting better. This is Pisces as well here with opportunity, checking in with their intuition constantly to see what it is that they need to do, where they need to go, which direction they need to point. I see that this person very much likes the outdoors, and there's a, sorry, I just want to make sure I don't miss any cards here. There's a chance that this person could be, here we go. I'm going to take these all upright, okay? A vegan or a vegetarian with the animals, the moon, and yeah, I feel like there's a chance that this person could be a vegan or a vegetarian, okay? You're getting all the stops here, huh? We have the High Priestess, the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, yeah. What else, please? As I had mentioned before, I feel like this person might have been in a higher level of commitment in the past, okay? The reason why I say that is because we have some heartbreak here. Some heartbreak perhaps around family with the Ten of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. They could have a son specifically, a young boy, okay? And there is some heartbreak over a past situation that they thought perhaps was going to come into full fruition, and it didn't. It broke apart, okay? I feel very much this sense that they have searched their intuition. They have searched themselves to see what part did I play in the breaking of this thing, if anything, right? And how is it that I move forward and take those lessons with me so that I don't carry excess baggage into the next relationship. I think this is a part of that truth that we had seen before. Here it is again, another confirmation, the Ace of Swords, right? This is that truth that they are learning and that they're communicating. The highest moral code that they follow is actually in relationships. And I think because they have this child, that they could possibly, it's like it taught them so much. It taught them so much about keeping your word, keeping your loyalty, keeping an oath, committing to something. It opened their eyes to what love really is. And even though it didn't work out with this other person, there is this strong sense that they have learned what to look for in the future so that they don't create an unstable situation in the future with somebody else, right? I also see here with the Queen of Wands, again, this nod to possibly them being creative, because this lands under opportunity and them pushing themselves, but also that fire, that desire, that sensuality that I saw in the beginning, okay? I'd like to get at least 2 more cards on that. Pile number 1, please. What else can you tell me about this? I feel like there is a chance that you will either meet this person at work or at school, obviously, if you're going to school, or your friends will introduce you to this person, okay? Yeah, here is another confirmation. Oh my God. Look at this. This lands on the end of the relationship. Judgment and the Two of Wands. Your mirror, your twin. This is twin flame stuff here. And I know, I think I heard one of you, there's some hesitancy about this person having a child. I don't think this is going to matter to you when you meet this person. Also with Judgment here, I get this this sense that this is a part of your calling. This person is a part of your purpose. There's something deeper here than just going to the movies once a week, or, right, like having somebody to hit the bars up with. This is somebody that from another life has come back to life. You finally get to see this reincarnation of this relationship, of this thing with your twin flame. This is Sagittarius energy here. We also have Pisces once again. Very, very interesting. Let's see. I feel like the only thing that you really, that might be a red flag for some of you, or something that you'll work around, is this idea of them having a child. I do not believe that this child lives with them, but I do believe that they are very active in their life, okay? That balance, that might be something that some people don't want to deal with, but I feel like when you see how drawn you are to this person, you might actually change your mind about that, okay? I want to get a card on what it is that you're going to learn, and what it is that you're going to teach in this particular relationship. For pile number 1, please. Come together. Oh my God. This is so funny. Not this one, this one. Fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps get the job done. So how to effectively work together in union. There's something about how balanced this relationship is. You finally feel like you've met a good collaborator. I hate to say it in like work terms, but there's something about this that's like power couple, that like you coordinate with each other, you're responsible to one another, you help each other move forward, and this sense that you guys click in that way, mutual goals, mutual understandings. Also, I see here with the Ace of Swords this idea that communication is something that will certainly be one of your strong suits. One of your strengths is being able to openly discuss your emotions and what it is that you want next in life, okay? And when you can't say that with words, you'll say it with something else here, all right? And then you've pulled Temptation. This is the one that I was giggling at because we can't seem to get away from that energy here for you. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. This very much is seduction for me, right? This is the type of temptation that you don't really want to say no to, and I feel like you're not going to. There's so much about this person that's like fiery, that's like Snake in the Garden of Eden whispering like, let's go back to bed, let's sleep in on Saturday till 5 p.m., right? I can't help but to continue to think that, you know, you're going to really, really click with this person in that way. I'm going to pull that deck for you that I told you that I forgot. So you might see a pause in the video here, and then I'll be back in just a moment with it, okay? I'm so sorry about that. I got the cards that I was looking for you, okay? So let's continue. One of the things that I do notice here is this idea of attachment. There is something very, this person believes in relationships. They want that 10 of Pentacles, they want that 10 of Cups, and I feel like in the first higher level of commitment that they were in, they very much got this, they only got the financial responsibility of that, which of course, somebody, if they have a child, they need to take care of their child, right? That's not what I mean. I just mean that there was no, the emotions just weren't there, okay? But I do see that this is somebody that is hurt by the fact that this didn't last, and they do value commitment and family. So we have Taurus here, we have a Scorpio, Leo, and Sagittarius, which we had seen a little bit earlier here, okay? These are the possible signs. I noticed that we had Pisces show up here quite a bit as well, so I wonder if there's Pisces somewhere in the chart, that water that I was sensing a little bit earlier here. I'd like to get a couple of extras here for you. We'll start with some tiles, right? So we can know first, middle, and last name initials. Just gonna do a couple today. Okay. And I'm also going to be pulling some keywords out of a couple of bins that I've created for you as well. Blank tile there. I always say that my blanks are reserved for my creatives. As I had mentioned, this person might be a creative, okay? We have JRXUZLO blank WWA as possible first, middle, or last name initials. I'd like to get some more for you here as well. On appearance, maybe a little bit too many, and personality. Let's see here. This is somebody that is average height. They might have a piercing of some sort and a tattoo of some sort as well. They are strong. They have a strong build, And one thing that you'll notice is that they always smell good. I wrote scent down here as in their cologne or their perfume, right? The color beige, interesting, skinny. So somebody clearly lean, somebody that takes care of their body. And bright teeth, something about their teeth being white and being bright, you'll notice that clearly somebody that has good hygiene, right? Beige certainly is, to me it could be a skin tone, right? A lighter, fairer skin tone. Very, very interesting. Let's see what else we can get here. Clever. Somebody that's very patient. We see that here with the Temperance card, right? This idea of being, taking things slow, right? And with this insightfulness, with this reflection, this is somebody that sits in the quiet and is okay with quiet moments, right? We also have the Independent card coming out. Somebody that knows to take care of themselves. As I had mentioned, they're not coming in to have you fill their voids for them, okay? They're going to do that all on their own. We also have the word brave here, somebody that has courage, right? And that really goes out to get what it is that they want. I see soul here as well in the tiles, a possible soulmate, right? Charismatic in their personality. As I had mentioned, this idea of their communication, there's something, they are an excellent communicator, okay? And easygoing, calm as a cucumber, somebody that isn't trouble, isn't, you know, there's no drama here. And, you know, with the fact, not all parents obviously, but if they do in fact have a child already, then you know that they're mature, they're ready to settle down perhaps, right? They're looking for stability for themselves and for their child. They can't be out in the streets acting crazy, okay? I kind of don't even know if we should pull from this one for this particular pile, because I feel like we've beaten this over the bush, but I don't want to exclude you, so I'm going to, okay? Yes, yes, yes. I'm just going to, I'm going to just say the words here and you can pick up on what the meanings of them are. So yes, yes, yes. Cuddles, okay. Rock, I will let you decipher what these mean. Suck, somebody that loves to play with their mouth. Boss, an idea of being assertive perhaps in the bedroom. I also see taboo here, somebody that is not afraid. We saw that with the wildness, right? And with getting curious, somebody that doesn't mind trying new things or being pushed in regards to their boundaries, right? They're very, very open-minded. This says bad, bad boy or bad girl, obviously in reference to naughtiness, right? And this one says don't stop. So you can use your imagination to see what the red ones mean. I'm not going to be explicit. I've got I can't really do that on this channel, okay? But I wanted to give you an indication of what a certain aspect of your relationship would be like without outwardly saying it, okay? All right. I want to move on and pull some charms for you as well. And then we will wrap this thing up with what I always say is the most important part of these readings, all right? What we have here. Love. I love this color too. There's something soft about this. I'm going to leave these here actually and I'll just zoom in here so that you can see them in greater detail. We have this flower on a plaque. Now I certainly got a sense earlier, right, of a sense of perhaps some chivalry, there's something old-fashioned about them. They're quite
thoughtful in that sense. They're quite thoughtful, and they'll be the type that will get you flowers. Okay, they'll be the type that will remember birthdays and things of that nature. I also see this yellow bee. We can have a busy little bee here on your hand. Somebody that likes to stay active, as I mentioned before. They are on the path towards ascension. They want to move forward, okay? We have a wheel here, a gear. This certainly could have to do with this frame of mind, their thought process, right? A very airy way of thinking. But also I see the wheel of fortune here, as in now is the time. There is something about divine time here, okay? Angel, written there, somebody that you kind of consider an angel. This one's blue, so you might be attracted to men. Not that women can't like blue, but you understand what I mean, okay? Little dinosaur, that could be in regards to this sun that I feel that they might have as well. Little lucky four-leaf clover, lucky charm here. And then these I definitely see as sexual, actually, in this sense. Something quite phallic here, perhaps well endowed, or at least at a minimum sultry. We had the mouth come up, the sucking come up, right? And this could certainly be an indication that that is something that they either enjoy or that they love to give to somebody else. We have a globe here as well. I wonder if this is this feeling that I got, that perhaps there might be a little bit of distance at first, or at a minimum, quarantine might pull you guys apart for just a minute. You'll have to develop this relationship through actually getting to know one another. Shocking, I know, but it makes for the strongest foundation, doesn't it? Okay. A little kiwi, certainly a nod to sweetness, right? A nod to perhaps from a tropical place. I see here too, because remember the fruits, right? The fruits had reminded me of like Florida, and you know, somewhere like Key West, or like, right, Fort Lauderdale, or something that's beachy, that is close to the ocean, where fruits like this are common. Even like Hawaii or something like that. These two, this is really interesting. I had mentioned earlier that I felt very strongly this sense that this person was your twin, and we have both of these charms that have come out as twins, and with this pink tone, obviously, to me, this is always love, this is always the heart, right? So we have a matching pair. I feel like this is your mirror, this is your matching emerald, this is your matching pair here, okay? This heart on a lifeline, I feel like that's how deeply you will connect with this person. I know this isn't going to be like this for every pile, but I want to let you know specifically for this pile that for me, this relationship that is coming for you is more than just somebody that you'll date for 2 months, 3 months, a year. I feel like you will go the long haul with this particular person, okay? Another flower, we had mentioned those earlier. A star, I certainly see this very much as this idea of being wish fulfillment for them, and them being wish fulfillment for you. We see that here in the fulfillment card, okay? A little bit of a donkey, perhaps a little bit stubborn, right? I see this too, especially with Temperance. This idea of slow and steady wins the race. This is not somebody that's like the Knight of Wands, where they come in and they are in for a short period of time and then they're gone. They're not here to play games. They're here to stick around. They're here for the long haul of a relationship, okay? They certainly could. This could be a nod to them liking traveling as well. I feel like this person is somehow connected to water. Like, I had mentioned water before, but I feel like there's a tide, like the ocean, or, you know, maybe they just are like a water baby. They love being in the water, but I guess there's something more there with the water. A cloud here. This definitely feels like thought, like a thought bubble even, right? I see this very much as like their airy way of thinking. There's something that's quite logical, quite matter of fact about how they they think in their affairs, how they think in their day-to-day, in their work. Let's just stick to the facts. Let's get things done. There's a coldness. There's something sterile about how they go into like an automatic mode of let's go, let's get this work, let's get these responsibilities taken care of. And then once that happens, they're free to release. I feel like this person is a bit strict with themselves when it comes to certain ways of living their life, because there's somebody that depends on them. And they take that responsibility very seriously. Like I said, somebody quite mature here, okay? A little pineapple, again, another nod to the tropics here, but also I almost get with these two fruits, like this person is not just a fling. They have nutritional value. They're not like empty carbohydrates. They're gonna leave you full and then you regret them the next day, right? If you catch my drift, like, this is somebody that's going to provide sustenance, nutrients for the long haul. They are for your greater good, as opposed to something that could be way more filling temporarily, but doesn't give you those vitamins and minerals, okay? That's how I see that they love. And here, this certainly could be this idea of judgment, of temperance, right? But I see this also as them being a bit of an angel in your eyes, like you came at just the right time, I'm getting, and you saved my heart from feeling detached, from feeling alone. I can't help but to point out again that this love charm is this beautiful amber rose gold type color, and these twin emeralds here are the same. There's something about the heart space, the love that you guys share, and again, this nod to twins here. A very beautiful reading. I want to end on one note before we go. I like to do these on my personal readings, and I thought, why don't I add it here? I want to pull one card for you, for the person watching this video. And I want to ask, what one thing the universe wants you to focus on right now in order to draw this person closer to you faster? And any lessons or wisdom or advice, things that the universe wants you to work on before you meet this person. Okay, you've pulled the card of the Starborn. Very interesting imagery here. It's such a beautiful card. There's so much lovely color, and it's kind of a rarer card as far as, you know, I've done so many readings with this deck, and I haven't seen this come out as often as some of the others, okay? So you've got quite a special one here. Here's this in the event that you'd like to screenshot it. Now remember, this is not about this person, this is about you. This is the work, the insight, the advice that the universe wants you to focus on, okay? The Starborn, the divine child, the star child, the destined. An elusive yet radiant aspect of the self, the Starborn archetype points to the cosmic spark of light that arrives with each being at birth. The moment the newborn crowns, whether vaginally or surgically, the royal stars above are said to constellate in a unique shape that maps our path in the world. The idea of destiny is controversial, yet the Starborn naturally feels a sense of destination and purpose, aiming itself toward a future that is beyond the mundane. When this card appears, travel back to your birth story for clues and insight. What did you desire when you were young? Practice seeing your life from a mythic point of view, rather than as a series of logistics. Read the story of the three fates and envision yourself born under the stars with a unique destiny. I feel like that so falls in line with this person's personality as well, right? This idea that there's a destiny here, like this is more than happenstance, this meeting, right? And perhaps going back to your birth story, right? And that informing where you go from here on out in regards to your purpose and your path. Perhaps there's a connection there with the knowledge that you gain about yourself from that revisiting, and how that informs your personality in the future when it comes time to meet this special person. Okay, when light, a light, trusting, vibrant, and aimed. We're not wandering here, right? When dark, feeling of misalignment and a loss of longing. Go deeper, tripping over joy by Hafez and Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers. Some more homework if you're interested. Have your chart read. Study your constellated shape. Ask questions. What does the process conjure in you? Faith or mistrust? What would happen if you saw the galaxy as your ally? Some deep questions to ponder there. When this card appears, don't be surprised if you receive a surge of desire for a long-lost dream, one you haven't visited since childhood. Let this desire shake you up. What is it that you were dreaming about when you were young that can inform your desire, and what it is that you're building with that desire on your way to your future lover here? Pile number 1, that was your reading. I hope that you enjoyed it, that it gave you some insight, and that it gave you some excitement, right, for this person. And I hope that it answered some of your questions, especially for those of you that have been struggling in this realm and wondering, when is this going to happen, okay? I wish you luck, and please let me know any questions that you might have or any comments regarding the reading, and if it resonates, down in the comment section below. By the time that you watch this particular reading, I will be doing a giveaway on my Instagram of this beautiful antique anatomy tarot deck with a book and the full deck inside. So if you would like a chance to win this beautiful vintage looking deck here, not this particular one that's wrapped and unopened, obviously this is the one that I use personally, please feel free to join me over on my Instagram, and you can find out the easy way to join the giveaway on that. All right? Alrighty, pile number 1. Hopefully I see you in the next video. All next week is Future Spouse Week. All week, every single day. Next week, I will be uploading videos about your future spouse. So tune in next week if you're interested in those videos as well. All right? See you next time. Bye.
Alrighty, if you picked pile number 2, flower number 2, then this is the reading for you on who it is that is going to be coming in for your next relationship, okay? I'm going to start with the pendulum. I'm going to ask the question of when it is that this person will be coming into your life, and you will be coming into theirs. And after the pendulum, we'll start getting some information about this person's personality, and how it is that you might meet them, and all the oracle cards, charms, all that good stuff, okay? So it's going to take you a little time to meet this one, 18 plus months in order to meet this particular person. So not something that's going to happen overnight, but as I mentioned before, I feel very strongly that the relationships that we're coming into in this new phase, in this shift in the energy field, I feel like they're not just quickies, okay? I feel like they are relationships that are meant to last. And you'll see what I mean when we get to your reading. I can already see how special it is, okay? The first thing that I will tell you about your next partner here, the next relationship that you will be in, is that the person is quite active, okay? Ask body, somebody that takes care of their body. Think of this animal and how it moves and how it pounces around, and there's something sleek, agile, right? This person is more than likely highly physically active. They might be into running specifically. I keep seeing the running specifically, okay? For some reason, I know this is going to sound really weird, but I also get fencing here, which I know is so bizarre of a thing to get, but I see fencing here as a possible thing or hobby that they're into. Again, I know that that's rare, but it certainly would fall in line with the idea of this exotic movement, right? Because there's something exotic about that. Now, I'll also tell you, aside from the fact that they clearly have it going on with the body, I also see that there's something quite seductive about them. You can see this cat, there's something charismatic about it. It knows what it wants. It usually catches its prey, right? There aren't that many animals in the jungle that can outsmart or outpace this particular predator, right? So I get this sense of like knowing that they're hot. And kind of operating like it. One of the, as I mentioned in the intro, one of the things that I will be also touching on is any area of work that you'll be working on. Because I always say that no relationship is perfect, right? So this sense of ego, right? This is the kind of person that you'll have to say, just because you're beautiful doesn't mean that you don't need to take the trash out, right? I'm gonna need you to get on that for me, please. There's something about them being a bit of a peacock I'm getting with these feathers. They know that they're beautiful and they like to kind of strut that and say, look at me, I'm a beautiful mate, right? Like peacocks do. They strut their feathers to try to get the attention and to mate with other people, right? So I feel like this is something that is playfully checked occasionally, right, by you, by their partner. Look, you're beautiful, but get out of your own head, right? I love the energy there that you guys can play with one another and have like a witty banter with each other about it, okay? So they're sexy, they're playful, they're athletic. They clearly take very good care of their body. And there's something quite sensual about the way that they move because they know that they are this sleek cat. Imagine a cat like on all fours on their paws. That's how they climb into bed with you, right? There's something that like crawls and looks at you like they're ready to eat, okay? We also have shadow here. This is somebody that is quite contemplative, brave, if you will, because it's one thing to go out into the world and to perform and to do the basics to survive, right? And it's another thing to conquer yourself. This reminds me of a quote that's something like, the greatest thing that you can conquer in the world, the thing that shows that you're the bravest, is when you conquer yourself. And I see that your future partner here has done that, or at least they're working on it. They're working on the shadow. They are digging things up in order to fix themselves. I sense like a purge almost. I feel like this somehow kind of blends into the physical as well, not to harp on that too much, but I feel like even in the physical, this idea of control and metamorphosis and what you can build in the body with that strategic, like every day doing the reps, that repetition, that commitment, right? It helps them to every day make a pointed effort to dig deep, to confront the shadow, to confront limitations, and to try to find a way to bring all that stuff to the surface in a way that is productive. Okay, I typically see this as the hanged man or as Scorpio, because we know that Scorpio is the ruler of the underworld and this idea of going down into the depths, right? And digging our dark parts out is a very scorpionic thing to show in a card. But I also see this bat that hangs upside down underneath these crystals. I see that as Pisces with that orb of illumination under there, okay? We will have a section specific to their signs, but I like to give the signs throughout the spread because these could be the underlying signs in their chart, okay? We're a collection of all of those things, not just the sun, okay? The next card that we have is Connect to Heart. These two cards are special. If you've ever gotten a future spouse reading from me before, and you've gotten these, you know you're lucky, okay? A very rare card to come out, this one. Connect to heart. You are connected to this person in your heart, and you've been connected to them. As the sun rises, as the sun sets, regardless of the weather, regardless of the location, there is a link here. I get that it's not just a link of emotion, but a psychic link, like your heads are linked in some way. This is the kind of person that you could feel when they're having a bad day. You can feel when they are not feeling their best, right? You can sense that from all the way, like Siamese twins, okay? This person is very much connected to heart, and they use their heart in order to navigate in the world. Their heart is the sun, it's the north node, it's the constellation that leads them to the next destination. And it's really interesting when this card comes out, because I gotta tell you, I mean, you know, that's not an easy thing to do in this world, to connect to heart and to let heart guide you, because there's so much to be afraid of when your heart says it wants something. The world is almost like constructed in a way that says, no, 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 that's bad, or that can hurt you if you take this risk or you take this leap. Your future partner here doesn't mind doing that, and they've listened so much to heart that it's like just another day for them to take a risk like this. I had mentioned running. I see this again, this visual of like running up this mountain that's at the base of this card. I move them around because I know that the glare cuts off the beautiful detail on them. So I see them as very, very, again, physically active. They might actually be into hiking up along trails or into actual mountain climbing, okay? Another tie to the physical there for them. I see that this is where they get illumination, okay? Their highest calling, actually, the thing that I feel that they know is the irreplaceable, the apex of existence is connecting on a heart level with another human being deeply like this. So you know that this is a person that values loyalty, that values commitment. And as they say this in this card, and as they say in life, man's best friend, right? There's a sense that this person is loyal like a dog. Not that they are a dog. Not that being a dog is a bad thing to be. Dogs are too good for this world, if you ask me. We don't deserve dogs. But they're that loyal, right? And I get at the base of the summit, at the base of who they are, they're one of those people that any small slight, they can forgive. Right? Like your dog, how many times if you're a dog owner, you know, have we let our dogs down in some way? You accidentally step on their tail, or right? And they never hold a grudge. They just want you to love them. At the end of the day, they want that basic reciprocation. And I feel that here, there's something so sweet about letting all the other nonsense go by the wayside and really just focusing on what matters. And that is love. And that is very, very important to them. I don't even mean this metaphorically. Like, I see this as the kind of person that if you're sick, they will lay on the ground next to your bed. You know, at the hospital, they'll lay down next to you if that's what it takes to hold your hand while you're in that single bed. Like, there's something about that type of loyalty and dedication here. Okay. We also have the play card. A beautiful, beautiful card to get. Now, notice that on both of these cards, right? With this, especially with this particular combination, you're twins. This is your twin that you're going to be meeting here. Your twin flame. Better than a soulmate, in my opinion. Way better than a soulmate, okay? The one and only, right? We have lots of soulmates, but we don't have lots of twins, and this is like a double confirmation that this person is your twin. I won't be surprised if we see it even further along in the spread, okay? This idea of play, there's something, as I said, so innocent about their love. There's something so innocent about, they realize what connection is at its base, at its core, and it's not all the mess, all the noise that society makes it out to be. It's the simple coming together of two people that care for one another and sharing in this wild experiment that we call life. And they want to do that with you inside of this deep ocean of love, of emotion, of water. They want to frolic, okay? I always like to point out in this card that this dolphin looks up to this one. There's adoration there, there's respect there. Again, I hate to like call them a loyal dog, but there's something so subservient and like, please let me cater to you. And I feel like some of you have never experienced a love like that, where someone is, I almost get devoted, like there's a devotion to you. And I don't mean that in like some creepy way, you know, like somebody wants you to put a collar on them or right. I mean just that their love is that deep, which is quite beautiful. Okay, let's move on. We have community here. I wonder if this person is a part of an exercise group or a group that goes out running or biking together. This idea of community, also sports. They might be on a sports team of some sort. We had so much mention of this physical activity, and I find it very, very interesting that we get this idea of this activity happening in community. Either way, I feel like we might see here that this person might be in the public eye in some capacity, okay? We'll get to that, okay? They might play a sport. Keep this in mind. We're going to come back to it, okay? Here with forgiveness, this is self-forgiveness of the shadow. As we dive into the shadow, right? We dredge all the past up, all the hurts up, and we offer them on a silver platter to the universe. This is what they're doing in the shadow right now. They're working on pulling every hurt, every wound, every pain out and saying, I don't need you anymore. You've served me well. I've learned the lessons. And now I hand this off to you, universe. And as I had mentioned, this thing about sports, I always say with this particular card that it looks like they're taking their problems, right? And they're shooting them like a basketball, right? Alley-oop or whatever they call those, right? They're flicking it with the flick of a wrist and saying, you take it, universe. I don't need this anymore. I'm ready to let it go. And that's what they work on in the shadow. Even the card itself, right, is full of shadow. I love that this landed on top here, okay? Now, this connect to heart, as I had mentioned, I hate to repeat myself, but I go as much as possible off the intuition here. And so you'll hear me repeat because the rest of the cards will just confirm what I thought here, okay? Their biggest blessing in life, as I had mentioned, the biggest blessing in life to them is heart, it's connection, it's loyalty, it's love. This is the kind of person that won't leave your side. It doesn't matter if you're sick. When this person takes a vow, in sickness and health, till death do us part, those vows mean something to this person. Okay, when they connect with you on a heart level, it's going to be hard to shake this one off. It's funny, I got this line from a movie actually where one of the characters turns to a woman and says, I think I'd like to try to keep you if that's all right with you. This sense of like I would love to just have you if that would be all right with you, right? There's something so sweet about that. Like asking for permission to have their heart or something. It's very, very beautiful. So yes, their greatest blessing is connecting to heart. I see that this person will be a good parent in the future. I'm fairly certain that they have no children now. I believe the last spread, I had picked up on perhaps somebody that had a child already, but this person does not have a child. Now, this idea of play, of frolic, right? This also could be something to do with sport. Right? This idea of athleticism and doing that in concert in a group. And we have body here and we have community as in a sport that perhaps is done in a group. We have basketball here. And then we have this idea of thriving. This to me is always somebody that stands out from the crowd. Okay, I see this as team members in the background, the other giraffes. And I also see that this is a huge spotlight on them. This ray of light, this is somebody that is in the public eye. Okay, this is somebody that might get attention in that sense, and it might be from a sport specifically. This might be a basketball player or something like that. Even here you can see it in the height, right, of this giraffe. This is somebody that's going to be tall and somebody that is quite athletic. okay? No wonder they throw their problems onto the universe, because they literally are tall enough to reach the moon and dump all their problems onto it, right? Okay. I also see that this person, there's a chance that they're not Caucasian. I feel like they might be mixed, like we see here in this giraffe, a smorgasbord of beautiful swirls of cocos and whites and yellows, right? We see it here in this idea of like a darker tone here. And even here, like the yellows here, they tend to meld into brown a little bit, okay? So I don't feel like this person is fairer skinned. I feel like they could possibly be cocoa to darker skinned, okay? Let's see what else we can get as far as, let's see, where do I want to go here? Ah, yes. Let's see. Let's see what else I can get about their personalities and about your union specifically, okay? For pile number 2, please. For flower number 2, what can you tell me about their next relationship with this person? Couple there. Sorry about that. Okay. 10 of Cups. Just gonna get these in order. I'm so sorry. I always take these upright. Judgment. Page of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. The Magician. All right. A couple things. I see here again this nod to this person being very, very committed to family. And I feel like some of this shadow work that they're working on is actually the judgment of other people and the judgment of society. The reason why I feel like they feel judged is because they find themselves in a place now where they are getting attention, where they are looked up to, right? When I say getting attention, that doesn't have to be Angelina Jolie levels of paparazzi and stuff like that, okay? So please don't be afraid by that, okay? Anybody that's in a respected field or that is noticed, even somebody on Instagram, right, could have a decent following where they're not recognized on the street, but people in their circle know who they are, okay? So don't let that scare you. I feel like the judgment, the disconnect for this particular person comes from a wound in the mind, actually, with this Page of Swords, something that has stuck with them a little bit on the negative side, because they came from poverty with this 5 of Pentacles. They came from a place of nothing, and now they're in this place of so much abundance. They're in this place of so much abundance, and I see here with the Magician that they've learned to become this thing where they're literally like draped in this robe if they wanted to be, right? Like, what is this robe? Is it Hermes? Is it Gucci, right? Like, there's something very, very Rico Suave about it. Where's your mansion, Magician? Like, you've never seen the Magician like this before, right? And I feel like in some aspects they love that they can provide this way. They love that they can stand out this way and be excellent in a field, as particularly that is their soul's calling and that involves play, right? But I also get the sense that they feel like a weight is on them. There's my neighbor. Like clockwork, looking for attention. Sorry about that. I feel like they feel this weight, this mental weight. Notice how this page holds the fingers here to the temple, like something's giving them a headache, okay? Of like, people see them as still this 5 of Pentacles, and I don't see it as them having something to prove. More in their own mind, they have to detach from where they came from to really appreciate and to accept that they have become this exceptional thing, this exceptional magician, okay? We have Sagittarius here, and I think that you will actually be introduced to this person by somebody in your family with this 10 of Cups and this community here. You might even, if you're involved in sports in some capacity, or if you, let's say, join a league of some sort because you've decided, I want to get out and get social. One of those ways is to join like community teams and stuff, right, to meet people. I remember playing soccer and softball and meeting a lot of friends that way when I was new to a city. I just signed up for those classes and I met a bunch of cool people, right? So you could certainly be involved in something like that. But with the Ten of Cups here, I almost feel like this person is introduced to you by family here, okay? Somebody mentions them in conversation, and that's how you get hooked up with them. Family or friends that you consider family, okay? Very, very nice. I see that there's something about your opinion of them that they hold in high regard as well. It is important for them that you know, I'm getting that you know that they are a good person. I feel this disconnect here is going to be the thing that you guys work on the most. And perhaps, I hate to even say it, but perhaps that's why they're so loyal and so sweet, because they still have this weird hang up about where they are, and I feel like they connect with you, not treating them like they're some inanimate object or like they're only this magic. And they connect with the grounded nature of how it is that you treat them like just a normal person. A normal Joe, I'm getting. A normal Joanne, okay? A normal Jane. Very interesting. Let's see what it is that you're meant to learn and teach from this particular relationship, okay? There's one, magical blessings. Oh, what did I just say? That's so funny. What else, please, for pile number 2? Learn and teach. Let's see, inner child. One more, please, for pile number 2. In regards to what they are supposed to learn and teach in this relationship, please. Temptation coming out. That one came out on the first one. You have pure intention on the bottom. The fairy of manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desires with pure intention and for the highest good of all. There's something about this purity, as I had mentioned, right? There's something so clean about them. I always say it's like a clean karmic slate, and you feel that it almost worries you, I think, because it can come off as naivety, and people can try to take advantage of that, okay? I'm not saying this person isn't strong. I'm saying that they need to learn when to be a jerk. Like, they have the opposite problem. They're too nice, okay? With this magical blessings, whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. I actually feel like this has more to do with the magicians and their financial abundance, okay? I feel like you can teach them something about, first you'll learn about abundance, right? But I also feel like you will teach them not to shy away from the magic that is within them, and to not feel bad or like they're excluding others or they're excluded from the life that the simpler part of the life that they want to live because of these blessings. They don't have to be a curse, okay? You also have inner child here. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe, okay? I feel like this is actually something you'll learn. You'll teach this, and you'll learn this with this idea of play, this idea of connecting to heart here. They will teach you something about, maybe you'll literally learn to play, right? Something physical, but I feel like they'll teach you how to be young again. Even if you're young, I'm talking young at heart. Right? Like a new day has risen, and you're like, yes, I can connect with that part of myself again. And then temptation. This is funny because it talks about being tied to somebody or an unhealthy habit that makes you feel guilty. But I feel like this is actually, to me, seduction. For these particular types of readings. You guys are going to learn about seduction. Now notice how these two dolphins, this one falls under here, right? And there's this idea of play in the water, like play naked, wet, right, sweaty, sharing emotions this way, perhaps without even speaking. So this seduction, this temptation could certainly, this snake, right, could certainly happen in the bedroom. I feel like this is a connection there. It's funny because I also see that this person might have, they might like to embark on activities outdoors, if you catch my drift, okay? Physical activities outside with this Five of Pentacles. And this idea of thriving, I feel like if you're into the male, if you're into men, then they are well endowed. Let me just say that, and then we will move on, okay? I want to pull a couple things from you first. Let's get some tiles, and this will help us pull. Actually, no. You know what I want to do first? Let's get some zodiac signs for you, for this person. What potential zodiac signs are we dealing with? We did have Sagittarius here, and as I had mentioned, this card sometimes reminds me of Pisces and Scorpio, the shadow card. Some water energy with the play card as well. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Let's see here. Let's see what else we can get. What signs for this person, please? What signs, please, for this person? What signs, please, are this person? Okay. All right, so here's that Pisces energy. We also had that Scorpio that we talked to. We have Aries here, and we have Capricorn, okay? Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Aries. This is their version of the Devil card, the card of oppression. All right? Okay. I'm going to pull some tiles for you, and then I'm also going to pull out of my little buckets here some key words that I think will, and there's a little bonus one that I did as well for you guys that might be fun. All right, I'm only going to do a handful, because sometimes we can go a little crazy with the tiles, and I really want to be more specific on the possible first, middle, and last name initials, okay, for this person. Okay, NHASOVERWLEAAOJA. When we combine the vowels, it certainly shortens the possibilities in regards to the tiles, okay? Now, this could be first, middle, or last name initial. A couple things that I saw here really quickly was love and lovers. Okay, like I feel like this is like love at first sight. Lovers here, right? Just seeing if there's anything that really just immediately pops out to me. I don't want to spend a ton of time like I did the last time going through all the tiles. Yeah, I think those are the ones that immediately jump out. If you notice anything else in the tiles that really, really stand out for this particular pile, please let us know down in the comments below, okay? Alrighty. I'm also going to pull some descriptors for you. Aura. Average height. Let's see. Muscular. Long hair. Interesting. Tan. I had mentioned that perhaps there's a little tan to the skin, right? Silver. Okay, this is very interesting. The first thing that you're really connected to with this person is their aura. As I had mentioned, there's like almost like no need for signs. There's no need for anything like an indicator. You're drawn to the aura. You're drawn to the you're drawn to something deeper inside of them. It's like I almost get like a compass. Like there's something, you know what it is? Because I see it on a screen. It's like a radar. Like I see, like you're on a submarine or something, and you're like, that's the person. Like you feel it like that inside of you. We had mentioned tan, skinny, and muscular, certainly falling in line with what we were talking about. Now, here's something interesting. I feel like they actually might be a little bit older than you. I feel like they could have something lighter in the eyes, okay? And this is why this silver I put in there specifically for eye color, because some people have a grayer tint to their eyes, right? And the beige could be the color of their hair, okay? They could have lighter hair. This says average height, but honestly, I feel like they're tall, okay? There's something lengthy about them. And when I say skinny, I don't mean scrawny, I just mean in shape. I'm fairly certain that they are a tall individual, okay? I'm also gonna get some stuff about their personality. Yeah, I love that, like, the first thing that you notice about them is the aura. It's not their looks. That doesn't matter, right? Okay, we have ambitious, brave. We have quiet. Soul. Oh, let's see what else we get before I comment on this. I'm going to keep this aside. Openness, right? We also have spoil. They love to spoil somebody. They love to show with gifts, with gestures, with flowers, with thoughtfulness that they really care. Flexible physically, right? Because I feel like there's something very athletic about them. But I also get the sense here that they're flexible in, when you're like, what movie do you want to see? They're like, honestly, whatever makes you happy. Like they just want to be in your presence. They don't really care about nonsense, okay? They're open to stuff like that. If you say, I want to paint the kitchen, they're like, do whatever you want, right? If you're in that close of a relationship, okay? I see educated here. You know what's funny is I almost feel like this is more street smarts than anything else, but I could be wrong, okay? Now, this is interesting. You've pulled soul, right? This is this idea that you're connected on a soul level, but you've also pulled twin. This is the twin flame. I only put 2 of these in the whole bucket, and you've pulled that twin, twin, twin. Like, this is your person, okay? Very, very nice. The last one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some of these, right? And I'm not going to tell you what they're for, because you can use your imagination. We got to keep this channel clean, okay? And you can guess what these all mean on an individual basis if you catch my drift, okay? All right. Suck. Bad, like naughty, a bit of a rule breaker, somebody that likes to be naughty, okay? Lips and kiss, okay? Somebody with a luscious pair of lips here, and that likes to use them. Surrender. Very nice. Do they like for you to surrender? Or are they the ones that want to surrender? Interesting. I see Valentine here. This is the chocolates, the roses, the candlelit stuff, right? This is the stuff that supports the act, the romance that is behind it. That's why I wrote Valentine here. Okay, they go above and beyond to make those little gestures. Again, this idea of spoiling. Imagine a gift on the bed when you get home, instead of let's go in the bedroom, right? Like grunt, grunt, grunt. Or, there's somebody that really takes their time to romance you. The word wet. Didn't that come up over here? Yes, it did, with play, right? Very interesting. So you can imagine things getting steamy. Breasts. Now, certainly if you're into women, right, then you'll understand what that means. But if you are a woman yourself, right, and you're into men, this is the idea that they love that area, okay? Nirvana. I had mentioned this idea of almost being like a bit of a people pleaser, right? A loyal dog. Nirvana is reaching a state of ecstasy And that being something continual, that being something that they've mastered. They're very good at what they do. They're very good in this particular department, and they will always get you there. Okay? They take the time to make sure, perhaps with some of this and some of this, right? And some of this, and some playing with a little bit of this, right? They take time to make sure that you get to this place. They are not a selfish lover, which is quite beautiful. All right, we've still got, let's see here, I'm gonna pull some tiles for you, or excuse me, some charms. And then once we're done with the charms, I want to pull an oracle card for you at the end, not regarding the union, but regarding you in relation to this union. I typically only do that on my personal readings, but I thought I would shake things up just a little bit here for you, okay? Let's get some charms here. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Okay, this is a couple things. First, certainly that word suck, right? I had mentioned endowment with that giraffe card, okay? But this also has to do with just general sweetness to them. This beautiful blue, I feel like this is their calm nature. Their, look at this, two blues, right? I feel like this is a calmness in them, that easygoing personality, that whatever you want, they're just happy to be around you. They're just happy to have that connection with you. We have another cat here, okay? This certainly could be this agility, this idea of moving like an animal, running, right? Exercise, okay? I see flowers here as these beautiful gifts and gestures. Another flower here and here. This white. First, I see this possibly as this grayness that I saw in the eyes, but also that clean karmic slate that I was talking about. When I say that, what I mean is like there are people that you know that they go out of their way and they have to be good. There's just a genuine goodness in them. They don't have to even try. Okay? And sometimes you see people like this and you think, I wish I was that good, right? Like I wish I was that clean, and I feel like that's what this represents. I also feel this representing their depth, right? Especially somebody that's willing to go into the shadow. This is not a shallow person here, into the shadow. They're not shallow. They go deep. They know what they feel, and they have no problem having conversations about their feelings and opening up in that way. They're not afraid to be vulnerable in that way, which is beautiful. The anchor here, another nod, right, to their depth, right? They go all the way down to the bottom of the ocean floor. Love, almost like a locket here, right? I see that this is engraved. This love is engraved in your guys' hearts here. Okay. Now we have, I don't believe this is Empire State. I forget the name. What is the name of that building? Chrysler Building, I believe. We have the Chrysler Building, so they could live in the city. They could live in a high rise like this, but I also feel like this has to do, I can't get past the fact that I feel like they're tall. Okay. And I see that here. All right. This little a scooter here certainly could be a chariot. It could represent Cancer, but I see this as somebody that's a mover and a shaker that's always moving, but I see them as fast, physically, agile, okay? The hair dryer and the scissors, I had gotten long hair before, and I feel like there's this thing about them being sharp, and a nice dresser here. There's something about an image to maintain. We have the star here, as I mentioned, somebody that perhaps is in the public eye. I see this gun here. I feel like, what is that? Shot in the heart? I don't know what that song is. I don't even know what it means, but for some reason, that's what I got immediately with this, like they are... They're like so open. Here's what I'm getting here. They're so open to love that like it's like do your worst. Again, like there's something so innocent about them. I want to protect them myself, okay? I'm not saying that they're weak. They're just they're too good for this world. Maybe that's why I got the dog reference, right? I see peace. I feel like that's just their temperament, right? Another cat. I feel too like they've overcome so much that it feels like they've lived 9 lives. Like they look at some situations of their youth, perhaps bad neighborhoods or trouble in the streets or something like that, right? And it's like, how did you make it? They think to themselves like, man, those were close calls. I'm not even supposed to be here, right? It really shows you why they're so appreciative and in awe, but also afraid of all of these blessings, right? This is always like my soulmate twin flame thing, right? 2 little birdies hanging on a wire together in this circle of love, this idea of like destiny. And you guys are always going to hang on that wire together, which is quite beautiful. A little baby bottle, perhaps somebody that wants children in the future. But I feel honestly like this is their love style. They love to care for others. They want to baby you. It doesn't mean that they think you're a child, right? It just means that they want to, let me rub your back, let me rub your feet. Like there's something very, very tender and almost motherly about it, right? It wouldn't shock me if they're a Cancer gotten this, but because Cancers are famous for that, right? They love to overlove, overlove. Okay, there's something almost smothering about their love sometimes, right? Better too much love than not no love at all or not enough. Okay, the last thing that I want to do is I want to pull an oracle card, and as I had mentioned, I always say that this is the most important part because this one's for you. This is any wisdom, any advice, anything that the universe wants you to focus on right now. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. You pulled the card of the Starborn, and we just got this card. And I shuffled that deck so well. And honestly, I can't help but to think that this has a lot to do. This has a lot to do with this shift for the entire collective. It's like we're all working on the same thing right now. We're all getting ready for the next phase. We know intuitively kind of what that phase consists of, and we're getting ready for that. Okay, just flipping to that page for you, and here's that if you'd like to screenshot it. The Starborn, the Divine Child, the StarChild, the Destined. An elusive yet radiant aspect of the self, the Starborn archetype points to the cosmic spark of light that arrives with each being at birth. The moment the newborn crowns, whether vaginally or surgically, the royal stars above are said to constellate in a unique shape that maps our path in the world. The idea of destiny is controversial, yet the Starborn naturally feels a sense of destination and purpose, aiming itself toward a future that is beyond the mundane. When this card appears, travel back to your birth story for clues and insight. What did you desire when you were young? Practice seeing your life from a mythic point of view, rather than as a series of logistics. Read the story of the 3 fates and envision yourself born under the stars with a unique destiny. So many nods to stars here. I feel like there's something about even preparing yourself to be starborn, right? To be known in some capacity. But I also love this idea of destiny and embracing that, even though the idea of destiny is controversial. If we didn't believe in fate and destiny, we certainly wouldn't be here today, right? When light, a light, trusting, vibrant, and aimed. When dark, feeling of misalignment and a loss of longing. Go deeper, tripping over joy by Hafez, or Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers. Have your chart read. Study your constellated shape. Ask questions. What does the process conjure in you? Faith or mistrust? What would happen if you saw the galaxy as your ally? When this card appears, don't be surprised if you receive a surge of desire for a long-lost dream, one you haven't visited since childhood. Let this desire shake you up. Wow, pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope that you enjoyed it, that you at least had some fun, right? Learning about this person, and that it gives you some hope for the future, especially for my lovelies that it's been a little while for. As I had mentioned, something is shifting, and I feel love coming in our direction, okay? So don't lose hope, don't lose fate. Don't lose fate. Don't lose fate. Okay. This is coming. All right. Alrighty. Let me know if you enjoyed the reading, how it resonated with you in the comments down below. By the time that you see this video, I will be doing a giveaway on my Instagram of this beautiful antique anatomy tarot. It comes in this gorgeous box, the full deck, with this guidebook. Okay, so head over to my Instagram to find out how to win this beautiful deck if you are interested in that. All right, if this is where I leave you, thank you. I wanted to let you know that all next week on this channel will be future spouse week. So if you have questions about your future spouse, about life with your future spouse, all week long I will have videos about that particular subject. All right, so please come back, and I hope that I see you really, really soon. Bye-bye. Alrighty, if you picked pile number 3, then this is the reading for you on this next relationship that is coming into your life. As I had mentioned to the previous piles, and I kind of had sprinkled a little bit over this subject in the intro for the video, I really feel like the relationships that people are coming into right now and into the future are more than just temporary, more than just relationships that will be here for the short term. Okay, these are relationships that I feel that will be long lasting, something that will stand the test of time. Okay, I'd like to start with your pendulum. I got it swinging before we started recording, because sometimes it takes a second. And we pulled 18 plus months, so this is something that is going to take some time. Let's see if you will meet your next relationship within 2 years. For pile number 3, will pile number 3 meet their next person romantically within 2 years, please? For pile number 3. That's a yes. That's a reason to celebrate. That is an offer of love coming in. So, as I had mentioned, over 18 months, so you're looking at 1.5 to 2 years in that time frame for this person to come into your life. Perhaps they're a water sign in particular. Obviously, we'll see how things progress as we go through your spread, okay? Let's see what we can get in regards to their personality. The wildling. Dare to dream and trust. You've got a rowdy one on your hands here. Not rowdy in the sense that they might be bad for you or anything like that, but certainly somebody that dances to the beat of their own drum here. This is not somebody that likes to be boxed in or to be told what to do. We start your reading here with the card of the wildling, and this is somebody that very much likes to think outside of the box. Think of the wildlings on Game of Thrones, the people that live beyond the wall. There's something quite fierce and brave about them, right? And non-conventional. They refuse to kind of adhere to the system of governance that we find inside the walls. And I see this very much as this free-spirited person that refuses to be defined by society's expectations. They are quite protective, okay? They're wild, but they're very protective. They're protective of their inner circle. You can see that here. They almost stand in front of their inner circle. This circle sometimes reminds me of a safe door, or perhaps this idea of them being a shield and holding their 2 swords in front of them. This is somebody that doesn't do well with bullies, and also that very much, if they feel that somebody is in any way attacking or hurting or intimidating somebody that they love, they will pull sword. Okay, this is somebody that brings a knife to a gunfight because they know that their knife is so powerful, right? They're not, there's a whole nother level of bravery there where they actually do bring a knife intentionally to a gunfight, which I think is very, very interesting. An interesting message that I'm getting. I also see that this person was probably a little bit of a wild child when they were young, because this does appear kind of in the younger, more formative place in their life, in their chart here. I see that this is the kind of person that didn't want to wear pants when they were young, right? They had to be constantly told to put clothes on, and that went into every single cupboard that they weren't supposed to go into. I see that they broke some rules, and they had to. They were being trained for something. They're on a mission here to live life out loud, to live life in color, and to stand out and to be different. Okay, I feel like there's a chance that this person could work in the legal realm in some capacity. I also feel like they could, so think like a lawyer or a judge or something. But I also feel like it's possible that they do something physical to defend others. For example, if they're going to law school, but they're working their way through law school, they might be a bouncer at a club or a bodyguard or personal security or something like that. I do feel this. Once I said bouncer at a club, I winced a little bit. There's something more refined I'm getting with this type of work. So think perhaps like personal security, or like bodyguard services for high profile clientele or something. That protective nature in them certainly lends itself to what it is that they do for work. So they'll be protective of you. They'll be protective if this goes to the next level of any future children that you might have and of your family and your household. Okay. The next card that we have is Dare to Dream, and this is at the center, at the core of who they are as a person. So it's no wonder that they're this little wild child, is it, right? Dare to Dream is very much this idea that whatever I want, whatever I see, if it's out there and I say I want it, I can clutch it. I can wrap my bird claws around it. This is somebody that is the fool, and they're the fool, but they're wearing a leather jacket and they have wings, okay? They understand what it is to go after what it is that you want. And there's this fearlessness that I see here as they grab the diamonds, the shiny things in life, right? The things that compel us towards action. There's a courage here that I think is just so much more exemplified here with the wildling. No wonder they're the ones that stick up for the little guy, right? Or the average. For women, I see chivalry here as well. I see somebody that believes very much in this idea of wrong versus right, and they see themselves as a little bit of like the bodyguard between right and wrong or something like that, right? Certainly it emphasizes the amount of courage that they have. This is somebody that thinks very deeply about what it is that they're going to do because they've daydreamed about it. Now, to some, their actions might seem off the cuff. It might seem instant and sudden, like you never talked about doing this, you never talked about doing that. But this is somebody that has spent their life daydreaming, and they've dreamt of all of the opportunities that they partake in now. And just because you see them take the leap now doesn't mean that they haven't been thinking about this thing for quite some time. And it's no wonder that they're open to jumping, to dreaming, to taking leaps of faith in their life, because this idea of trust. Now, this certainly means that they trust the universe. It means that they trust themselves. They trust their place. They trust that they're safe to make decisions and to take risks in their life. But also that they're worthy of your trust, right? And that they're going to be trusting in you. Trust is not going to be an issue in your relationship. There's something about honesty and being forthcoming and living by a code of truth between you. I see even harsh truths. Even harsh truths are delivered between the both of you. Even those things delicately, but delivered nonetheless. Okay, so this is going to be somebody that tells you things how they are, even when they're uncomfortable. They're going to speak their mind. They're going to speak their truth. So Clearly we see with this trust in the divine and in themselves, right? That this feeling that everything's going to be okay, why it is that they're so brave and why it is that they have no problem wielding their sword when they do. I also see something quite interesting in here. And I wonder if at some point in their life, they worked with jewels of some sort, because we have a jewel here, we have one here in the clutches of this hand, and there's all these beautiful speckles. It almost looks like a diamond necklace or something, right? Or a bracelet of some sort. And I had mentioned the idea of a safe. So this person certainly could, I see somebody that could work as like personal security at like Tiffany's or something like that, right? If you've ever been to a Tiffany's, you know that they have men in suits that when you're showing people rings that are worth $300,000, you're not just going to let people walk in and out of there without very, very high profile security. So I see that perhaps they worked in or around the jewelry industry in some capacity, right? Because we have all these beautiful, expensive, pricey looking gems everywhere here, okay? That could be one of the things that they protected or kept safe. With this trust card, this to me is a very special card because I always consider it a soulmate card. This one, not a twin flame. We'll see where the rest of the spread goes, but I see it very much as a soulmate card. This idea of your mirror, of two people holding something tender, holding something fragile, your love between you both, and knowing that you guys can both gently, without a lot of pressure, carry this beautiful thing between you. I also see that this person, again, we'll see how the spread progresses, but this might actually be, for those of you that are interested in children, somebody that you'll have a child with. That could be the precious gem that you hold between you both, okay? Very, very interesting. Let's see what else we can get regarding this person that you'll be coming into a relationship with. Embracing inner peace. Okay. And openness. All right. We have success at the bottom of the deck. Clearly somebody successful. One of the things that I love the most about this interpretation of success is this idea of them being sleek and knowing how to maneuver themselves in and around abundance, but doing so in a way where they almost hide in the abundance, right? You don't know that they're abundant. There's something that they're hiding here in regards to their wealth, in regards to the opportunities that are available to them. I find that very interesting. They're somewhat camouflaging this. They don't want to lead with wealth that they have. Very interesting. Okay. Embracing here. Oof, I love this card, especially over the wildling. First, obviously with embracing, I always get this sexual undertone, right? This idea of candlelit dinners and rose petals on the bed, the smell of amber in the air, right? Musky colognes and perfumes, and right, this sense of sensuality. You know, when you walk into certain types of rooms and they're so sexy that you can almost smell them, right? There's something like romantic in the literal air. I see that this is a person that has a very, very romantic streak. They are a cuddler 100%. They want to embrace people and make them feel instantly warm. Like the beautiful imagery here, I see too that sparks are going to be instant between you both. They're going to fly, okay? When the second that you meet them, perhaps even in like a little, you know how people do those polite cheek kisses, right? When you meet somebody, you might get static shocked when you meet and you put your cheek to cheek or you hug each other. There might be a literal static discharge between you both. There's something about like a trigger or a flame or something that I'm seeing here, okay? But very, very, this is a hopeless, romantic 100%. These jewels, right, they kind of take on an additional meaning here. Perhaps this idea of giving and charity and showing love by buying little trinkets and making sure that they're quality pieces. And doing the research on like what it is that you would like. Are you like an emerald cut or a square or like, I see that here. So this beautiful, tender thoughtfulness. And there's so much fire and seduction here. This over the wildling, this is something that they partake in, right? The wildness of embrace. You can put those things together to see the type of lover that they are. Okay, I'll say it again. The wildness of embrace, okay, of this fire. They are no stranger to being a bit of a Casanova or I'm not sure what the female equivalent of a Casanova is, but to being that in the bedroom. Okay, very, very beautiful. There's something very suave about this too. Sometimes people try to pull this off and it just comes off as cringy and amateur hour, right? But there's something very natural about this type of seduction. My throat's getting dry. Just talking about it. They kind of like, there's something about like exercising. It's so hot that it makes you thirsty or something like that, right? A very, very interesting feeling that I'm getting from this particular section of the spread. I'm going to call it the section instead. Very, very interesting. With Dare to Dream here, we also have inner peace. This is how this person finds inner peace, by pushing their limits and really seeing how far it is that they can take themselves, right? By going and traveling the world, by eating foods from different cultures. And I see this from having actually a partner that wants the same things. I see power couple vibes here 100%. Okay? This is all like, I want a partner that wants to take everything. And like, this is like, Frank and Claire Underwood minus, hopefully, right? Minus the hurting people, okay? There's something very strong about this person wanting somebody else that is equally driven and they can take the world on together, I'm getting. I love it. With trust here and openness, again, just another nod to their trust in the universe, their belief in a higher power, whatever that is for them. I feel like astrology and the concept of the universe might be closer to what it is that they believe in based off of the imagery here. I feel too that they trust their intuition. They use their intuition to help them navigate through the world. They trust very much this idea that they're going to be okay. Okay. I think too that they believe in astrology when it comes to love. They're going to look up your chart before you look up theirs, which is very, very nice. I always get Pisces here and here with these cards. Let's see what else we can get in regards to this person, please, for pile number 3. What else can you tell me, please, for pile number 3? Just making sure I didn't miss anything there. Let's start here. The 6 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the 9 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. Okay. I see too, again, this idea that they do like to travel. There's something about this person that I hate to say that they're hiding because that implies like they're being deceitful, but it's not. It's a protective reflex, I feel. There's something about their finances that they're not being honest about, okay? This person has a lot of resources, and there's something that they don't want shown. Because I see here somebody that has opportunities. Flexibility I'm getting. Even here, flexibility. It's funny that I said flexibility because I was going to point to these 2 cards in particular. They have the flexibility to spend a lot of time in leisure, hanging around like this Hanged Man in remote locations. And I get from this almost this sense of like whatever mood they're in. So I think I know what this is. This person has more than one home. And I feel like if it's snowing, for example, they go to their summer home, and they go back to their traditional home once the snow goes away. Even here you can see this is kind of like a warmer climate, and between this water, and then there's snow here in the background. There's this idea of traveling between two distances, and this idea of doing that for leisure and having the flexibility to do that with their resources, okay? So certainly somebody that travels and does well, but I get the sense that they are defensive about their money. They want to make sure that the people that are coming into their life don't abuse, don't come in saying, I want the Ace of Cups, when truly they really want something else. They're after an ulterior motive. So there's a bit of a stubbornness. There's a bit of a, we need to get to know each other. I need to feel you on a level where I light up on all chakras, and I know that I sense your intentions are true and pure here. Very interesting. Once you have this person's trust, you have it forever. You'd have to do something pretty devastating for them to lose trust in you. But that doesn't mean that they give you the shirt off their back immediately. That's not the trust that I'm seeing here. With this openness, this I almost, you know what I'm getting? It's almost like the gravitational pull of something, right? They let you orbit. They let you, right? And they watch as you do. And from that behavior, they can see. It's like once they open their mouth to you, you've already been vetted. I'm getting, right? I don't mean that in a sense that like you have to perform tricks for them or prove yourself to them. I'm saying for their own personal comfort. Okay. With this Six of Pentacles, oddly enough, I get that this could have to do with family. Okay, I feel like perhaps they have some family wealth in some way. I think also this is one of the things that they're defensive about, and why they were so wild in their youth. Because one of the downsides to coming from family like this is the expectations that come along with it, right? And I get like a severing here for a period of their time, 6 months or 6 years, where they might not have talked to their family because their family was like, well, you're going to get cut off if you don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm seeing here. And they've been able to bring balance to this situation. And I'm getting like there's a compromise here. Like, I'm going to live my life and do what I want to do. And then occasionally I'll show up for like the family functions or the family board meeting and hover around the business, but not be directly involved in whatever that is. Very, very interesting. I actually wonder if the family business, if this is a family business that I'm sensing, gravitates around vacation homes and properties like that, resorts and things of that nature. Okay? Leisure. Very, very interesting. I see very much this idea that this person is going to be new to you. This is not somebody that you have met before. And they have a way about them, even in their sternness, right? Even in their convictions. They have a way about them that is so welcoming. And I feel like the fact that you've actually made it into the safe, that you've actually made it into the circle, makes you feel quite special. It makes you feel like you have stood out in front of the crowd here. Again, there's this rejection over the family business that I was feeling, or over this tie of money that is somehow, I'm getting tied with their family, okay? I see too that this person is, I had mentioned gestures before. It's not just financial, it's time, it's emotion. This person is the kind of person that if you take a flight and you land at your new location at 3 a.m., even though it's 3 a.m. where this future partner is, they want to know, they will text you 5 times if you didn't text them like you promised when you landed, because they want to know that you're okay. It's little gestures like that I'm getting with this Two of Pentacles. Like, they know how to juggle, they know how to show their appreciation in multi-dimensional ways, how to like show that this cup overflows. And they balance their time for you, they balance their resources for you. You're at the base, at the foundation of decisions that they make, which is quite lovely. I feel like you might meet this person in relation to your work, or for some of you, certainly you could meet them on a vacation, perhaps a little tipsy on a vacation, right? But this could be something that you thought might be like a fling with this embracing, and it turns into something more. But if not, I also see, let's see, I had mentioned you could meet them at work or on a vacation. I had something else. Where did it go? Just give me a second. Sometimes they move so fast that I'm trying to spit it all out, everything that I'm getting, and then I forget because I'm already on to the next message, right? This is going to come back to me. I know that it is. Oh, yes. I know what it is. Now, I certainly could see a retreat of some sort, right? Working on getting at peace, right? I see people looking at a sunset, at doing yoga, meditating, and trying to come back into balance. But also, the last option that I'll give you on how you might meet this person is in regards to charity. Charity for those that have been forgotten, okay? Being the light, the orb of illumination, the help, the embrace, the bodyguard, right? The person that stands up for them, for a charitable organization. So think of like a charity dinner or a volunteer weekend. You go out on the weekend to volunteer with your friends, and you end up running into this person, and you're like, let's go have a drink after. And you think, let's go have some fun after, just for tonight. And this sticks with you. It like ingrains itself into your brain, okay? It lasts a little bit longer than you expected. We do have Pisces, the Hanged Man, here as one of the signs, and I had mentioned Pisces here and here. We'll see if that comes up at the zodiacs. I just thought I'd mention it because even if it's not prominent, okay, never mind. I was going to say, even if it's not prominent in the zodiacs that we pick up as a possibility, it could be underlying in their chart. So certainly they could have Pisces in more than one place. But our Pisces has shown up anyways, so I'll be quiet. All right. We also have Tauran energy and Virgo. Very, very nice. As possible signs for this person. Pisces, Taurus, and Virgo. Okay, this kind of just feels like their personality, right? Grounded, but also I feel here like people look up to them. People look up to what it is that they can do, right? There's a calmness in their energy, and they're knowing there's almost like a confidence in them that makes other people feel very secure, very serene. And then there's this high priestess, right? This idea of them already being highly intuitive. I feel too, this is almost like when they meet their mate, right? There's something like they serve. They want to deliver, if you catch my drift, because we had sensed some sexual tingling going on over here, right? They want to serve. They like sit. They're this cat. How do I serve you? What would you like today? What's on the menu? Pick something. Pick a package and I'll deliver in the bedroom, right? Interesting. I'd like to move on and ask what it is that you will be learning and teaching in this particular relationship. Learning and teaching, please. For pile number 3 in this particular relationship, please. For pile number 3, learning and teaching. Yep, one more, please. Learning and teaching for pile number 3 in this relationship. Okay. Alrighty. New beginnings. Over the Ace of Cups here, again, we just continue to confirm this is somebody new in your life. And I had mentioned, Did I not mention that this is somebody that you could eventually have a child with? Right here. It's exactly where the card fell. That was a child that I had seen, a gentle gem. This fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. So I see this as a literal baby. I had mentioned you might have a child with this person, okay? And I definitely felt soulmate energy here with this particular card. We also are meant to learn about journey. I feel like you're actually learning this, okay? This is something mutual that you're learning and teaching, okay? But the journey, I feel like they're actually teaching you. I feel like there's something about how much they travel and how much they've done and where they've been and where they're going that really opens your eyes up to where it is that you could go. And I feel like you will actually go on journeys with them. And I'm feeling like they will be very, very unique experiences. A journey. It's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. Interesting. Maybe, this between a year and a half to 2 years, so hopefully we'll be out of the woods with everything going on in the world with this virus. This one I feel like you're actually teaching them, and this is transformation. Okay, so learning, teaching, and this is very mutual energy. You're teaching and learning from each other on that. I love this card. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Transformation. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. I see this very much as you have a different way of thinking. You have a different way of seeing the world, and that helps them to transform how their perspective. But not just that. I feel like it helps them to transform what they consider success and where it is that they want to have successes. I feel like you teach them about relationships. I wonder if this person, I don't think that this person has had an extensive amount of experience in relationships. Now, that doesn't mean that they haven't had an extensive experience with people intimately. I don't feel that. I feel that it's in long-term relationships. So that's a change of pace for them. That's funny that I got that. Because look at this. As far as you're teaching them about this, about long-term relationships, right? The Hierophant is right underneath. So you are bringing them peace and knowing in this relationship context. Okay? And I think too, the way that I had mentioned power couple before, there's something about the way you think that's going to really enlighten them in their quest for this partner that wants to take on the world with them. Okay? I'm going to get some tiles for you here. I don't know why I'm being told to pull and shake for yours, but I just do what I'm told. I'm the messenger. We'll get some tiles for you, and then I also have some keywords that I made special in 3 different bins for you. And then after that, we'll move on to some charms, and we'll wrap the reading up with an oracle card that is special at the end, okay? Alrighty. Ounllemca, OULNT. This is could be a first, a middle, or a last name initial. All right. I'm going to grab some of these for you. Let's see. Should we start with charms first? Nah. Let's do these first. I see like opulence almost in these tiles. Interesting. Like again, there's something about the way that they've lived that is quite out there in that regard, okay? Financially speaking. We have dark eyes, tan, that certainly could be the color of their skin. We have tall, tan and tall are in the tiles as well. Sexy AF. Now, this is interesting. This person could be 5 to 10 years younger than you. Hello, cougar. What's the male equivalent of a cougar? I'm not sure. Cougar, I guess, right? Cougar is almost here too in the tiles. That's funny. Hey, 5 to 10 years is not a big deal. And if men can get away with it, so can women. So let's just embrace the people that have come into our lives for the reasons that they have, right? I see here dimples as well. So this person might have beautiful dimples on their face. And olive, that falls very much in line with like the tan to olive skin. So this could be somebody that has like olive skin and they tan to a beautiful golden brown. I love that. That is sexy AF, okay? If they have dark eyes, then they more than likely will probably have darker hair, okay? Let's see what we can get here. Educated, yes. Hopeless romantic. What did I tell you? I said literally hopeless romantic with the embracing card. Clever, yes. Very witty too. Protective, we saw that with the wildling card. Honest, yeah, truth and trust. Relaxed with the hanged man. We have articulate, very well spoken, okay. Experienced. Meticulous, yeah, look at this openness. You literally got the openness card here. That's very nice, okay. These are just bonuses just to add to anything that we've missed or anything that we want extra confirmation on, okay. And they are kind. That's important, isn't it? Okay. Now, this third bin that I'm going to pull from, I'm not going to tell you what this is. I'm just going to say the words and you figure it out on your own because we're keeping things clean. Also in your tiles, we're keeping things clean on this channel. So you be the guests of what these words mean, okay? Let's have some fun here. Told to stop there. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to be fully transparent here. I put this in for fun, and now that somebody has actually pulled it, I don't know whether to say it or not. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Look, this isn't me. This is your next partner, so you can leave me out of this. Bust your whole back out. I cannot. Why did I write that down? So double sexy confirmation here. Oh my goodness. Neck, as in a region that they either like to be played with or they love to pay attention to that particular region. Somebody that you might want to do this for, or somebody that might give this to you, or that you might want to wear this for, right? These readings are not gender specific, so take it how it resonates for you. We had mentioned with embracing that they are a cuddler 100%, right? This is one of the ways that they show their intimacy and their love. Insatiable, hungry, hungry, hungry. With this dare to dream, this claw, right? You get that vibe of like, give me more, okay? And massage, as I mentioned the claw, right? They love to be massaged, and they love to take their time to really relax you, okay? Very nice. Get some charms for you. comb. Oh, I love that this came out, because when this card came out, I forgot to say that I feel like they could be a very sharp dresser. And this coming out here, this comb, there's something very manicured, very tailored, very pristine about their presentation, okay? Now, with this ice cream, certainly a nod to sweetness, but I feel like two things. I feel something actually sexual with this. Like, they love dessert. Both ways. Those are the two things. They love dessert, literally and metaphorically, okay? So we'll let your mind do the work on that. We have this angel here, and this says angel, this blue cloud, so you could be attracted to men. Certainly that could imply that. Flowers, I see these as gifts here. Let's see. A shell. You know what's funny is this idea of vacation, this idea of leisure, but also I see this as whispering. Those, you know, when you put a shell up to your ear and you hear something but you're not quite sure what it is. Even the ocean here is in the tiles, okay? I feel like there's something about whispering, like they love to whisper things to you. I get even like sometimes inappropriate things just to put you on edge in a room to kind of start like foreplay, or, you know, love obviously in a heart. They truly care for you, right? I see here too dragonflies. For me, dragonflies are always a bit of a sign, right? That perhaps they're coming or they're close, right? And this idea of the birds, a lot of birds here. You have swans, again, opulence I'm getting. Like, I want to like fan myself and say opulence, right? Another shell, okay? This could be their water too, being in touch with their emotions, being at peace. Okay, you could be a water sign yourself. I also see these birds here. Okay, so these are like my soulmate birds. If you've watched this reading before, they sit on this wire together, closed together in this loop, which I think is beautiful. Like they're meant to live this cycle together. Okay, cat. I get this as a couple things. Their boldness, right? Their willingness to go out for what it is that they want. But also I see like an adventurous spirit, like they've lived 9 lives. They've had so many close calls, okay? I see this as intuition as well. Cats are quite intuitive. They're typically seen as a sign of intuition, of deep inner knowing. This person has their own gifts in their own way here, okay? Even if they don't know what they are, even if they've never practiced in this realm, but I feel like they might, because I feel very strongly like they know what astrology is, like they have some basic understanding of that. Love again, another comb. Now, I love that these match. Now, you both could be very much into appearance and stuff, but also this idea that you guys mirror each other. That's very, very nice, okay? Excuse me. Love again. This bee, now, I feel this bee is quite interesting. First, I get this idea of home and loving home and taking care of home. I also get like queen bee, so they certainly could be in charge of the work that they do. I get they could be like they could have ownership in something, right? We had mentioned that they might have tie to a family business here, okay? I also see here that they've been a little hurt in the past in love. You can see that she misses a leg and an antenna. It doesn't matter if it's a she or whatever, right? This person has been bruised a little bit. Perhaps that's why they don't have such long-term experience, okay? And that's why the trust thing, they work to really understand somebody. This is quite erotic. I'm not going to say anything more. But also this idea of like play is fun, play is good, right? This isn't somebody that's so uptight that they don't know how to mess around. They know how to relax and how to really live in the moment. We know that they are a cuddler, right? And we have this beautiful little cuddly bear here. And this cactus, this is interesting. I feel like this is meant to say that this person will quench your love thirst. They will quench your thirst for love. With this ballerina dress and these little ballerina shoes that dangle from it, I get very much the fact that they love refined things. They're into the finer things in life. This is certainly something that they might be able to teach you about, right? They could certainly be into dance or something. But I also feel like this potential child that you might have with them could be a girl. You might have a daughter with this particular person. Very interesting. Okay. I want to move on to the last portion of the reading. And I typically only do this on the personal readings. There's a lot of stuff that I do special for the personals that I don't do for the channel and vice versa. But I felt compelled to do this for you guys today. And this is special because it's a card for you. We've talked about this future person for so long. Let's talk about you in relation to them. This card is any advice, any wisdom, anything that the universe wants you to work on while you wait for this person, okay? The fault line. I love this card. I really do. It's so much about letting go of dead ends and the things that no longer serve us and letting things fall when they're supposed to, right? This is the card that you've pulled. Remember, this is what the universe wants you to focus on or work on, okay? I'll pull that up for you here in the book. Okay. And here's that in the event that you'd like to screenshot it. The fault line, the fissure, the crack, the weak link. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Such is the energy of the fault line. It's the energy of walking on eggshells, of precarious dynamics, of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It's likely this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying and elemental pressures. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that's afoot. Some big life changes may be coming your way, right? It's much better to prepare yourself for change, transformation, right? Than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. There is no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift that alters the current dynamics from the ground up. When light, redefining reality and breaking open. I love that, breaking open. When dark, precariousness, pretending, and delusion, hiding from the things in our life that we know need to be cracked open and need to be broken and reassembled in a way that is appropriate for us, right? Go deeper, dance to Everything is Broken by Bob Dylan. I had mentioned dance here. That's so funny that one of the recommendations is to dance to Everything is Broken. It is possible that something a loved one said caused a crack in your relationship that has never been mended. Revisit it. The time to heal is nigh. Perhaps somebody in your family that you need to bury the hatchet with, okay? In Japanese kintsugi pottery, gold is used to mend cracks. Breaks are thought of as precious rather than something to be hidden. Embracing your own cracks as well here, okay? And realizing that those things make you opulent, right? Just like in kintsugi pottery. A very, very beautiful message for you, pile number 3. I want to thank you so much. I just realized that we have all these 1s and 33 here. All these 1s. Look at this. Wow. How crazy is that, right? I want to thank you for stopping by the channel. I want to let you know that next week all week I'm going to have new videos coming out Monday through Friday, all about your future spouse, okay? So if you like future spouse videos, if you've already seen my future spouse video and you want to watch some extras about your future marriage and things of that nature, please tune in next week because I will have videos all week on that subject, okay? I also will be giving, by the time that this video comes out, I'll still be giving away a copy of the Antique Anatomy Tarot with a full guidebook inside along with the deck, okay? So if you are interested in winning this deck and this guidebook, please follow me on my Instagram. I have some instructions there on how it is that you can win this deck, all right? Thanks so much for stopping by. Let me know if you have any questions or comments down below, and I hope that I see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Alrighty, if you picked pile number 4, then this is the reading for you on what it is that you can expect in your next relationship. As you know, I typically only take jumpers and flippers during the shuffle. I've already got the pendulum started for you, so we'll see what we get there. Very nice. And we'll see what we can find out about this particular person. As I had mentioned in the previous piles, there is something quite special in the energies. I know that there was a reason that I was told to wait until, what card is that? There we go. That I was told to wait until now in order to do this particular type of reading. And the type of love that I'm seeing in these spreads is something that, as I had mentioned, is more than just a quick fling. If you're looking for something long term, so far we have had some incredibly beautiful readings. You have pulled 18 plus, and that has been a bit of a common theme today, okay? As in over 18 months for this person to come into your life. I want to ask the question if it'll be less than 2 years, so we can at least whittle the time frame down for you, okay? For pile number 4, will they meet their next romantic partner within 2 years from now, please? For pile number 4. Will pile number 4 meet their next romantic partner within 2 years from now, please? For pile number 4. For pile number 4, please. The 7 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, lots of options coming through, and one of them being this beautiful overflowing cup of love. This is a yes to me as a reader, this particular combination. It's funny because I actually see that you'll have a couple different suitors here, a couple different people trying to get your attention. What is it that you're doing, pile number 4, between 18 and 24 months here in order to garner so much attention? Regardless, in that time frame is a better time frame for you to bring this person into your life. That seems like a long time, but as I mentioned, and as I always do in my readings, this is the perfect time for you to work on yourself, to improve yourself, so that way you are the best version of yourself, not just for your relationship, but for your highest good. You can really step forward with your best foot forward and have some freedom now working on yourself, knowing that soon you will be in a relationship, okay? You've pulled a couple different beautiful cards. The first is the card of the Creator. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, you know how rare this and the Alchemist card are. This is somebody that has supreme power. They are a supreme, I don't care what gender this person is, okay? They are somebody that harnesses the power of the Creator, the power of the Mother, the power of the universe, Inception, the Big Bang, all of that stuff. Like they have the type of mind, the type of heart that can truly bring anything that they want into fruition with a snap of a finger. bam, like something has been put forth. Now, obviously, at its face value, they could literally be a creator. I also see this at times as the Ace of Wands, right? This magical wand that they use to not just spark their passion, right? But to hold it, to control it, to own it, and to sprinkle it like Tinkerbell, right? All throughout the world, giving people a view of their soul in a way, right? When a writer writes, they give somebody a glimpse into their soul. When a singer sings, you feel something about who that person is on a deeper level. And I feel that here with the Creator card too. I see somebody that is magic, and that when you are around them, their aura exudes this feeling of magic, okay? I also see here that they could potentially be a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius with this Ace of Wands here as well. What the most important takeaway is here is the power. This is not a talker. This is a doer. This is somebody that dreams. I'm getting silently. They make silent moves here, and they do something. And by the time you found out about it, they've already been working on it for a year. They've been dreaming about it for 5 years. And they do things in a way that almost annoys certain people, right? Because every difficult thing, they make it look so graceful and so easy. But it really isn't. It's just that all the work is done on the hush. I get somebody that understands their power here. And they don't do this to be secretive or manipulative or selfish. They do this because they understand the effect that this kind of power has on people. They understand the type of attention that this attracts, and the people that get upset by people that not only have this power, but that they hold it in such a knowing way. Very, very beautiful. In a relationship with magic, not a bad start, pile number 4, okay? Now, we also have versatility in the middle of the deck here. And this is at the core of who they are. This is flexibility, right? Perhaps they're physically flexible, right? But I also see this person as somebody that goes with the flow, that knows how to bend with time. I read something recently that I thought was so beautiful about things that are alive versus things that are dead. Things that are dead, like bush, grass, right? This flower, for example, there's something so rigid about it. If I were to try to bend this here, it would snap at the stem. Dead things tend to dry up and do that. But things that are alive, things that are flowing, things that are brimming with energy, right? Those things bend and they flow like water, like the softness of a leaf, right? There's something about life that gives itself to bending and to flexibility. And the more vibrant they are, because of this power, because of this, I feel like they are in flow state all the time. They've mastered this creativity so much, okay? Because they've done that, they're dripping. Literally, you can see the leaves, the droplets on this leaf. They are dripping with flexibility and with life and vibrancy. You cannot miss this person in a room. You don't even have to see them to know that they are there. You feel them, okay? With this idea of versatility too, I see somebody quite open-minded. We have the moon here, a sign of intuition, of deep knowing, right? And this idea that they're not fixed on their beliefs, they're malleable, and they very much are on a quest of lifelong learning here as well. This is somebody that I'm getting drips in their exterior. There's something creative about the way that they dress, about the way that they present themselves, a certain charisma in their outfits. They work to put themselves together, to present themselves as somebody that has this out of the box thinking. Okay, I get like street style, like New York City street style. I get beautiful bespoke suits. I get tailoring. I get, right, there's something very, very fine-tuned about their exterior energy as well. Now with this leaf and with the alchemist card, they certainly could be vegan or vegetarian. They don't have to be, but I thought I would mention that, okay? Now this is a beautiful card as well. I always tell people when they pull this in regards to a lover, I highly recommend that if you want to know more about this person, that you read the book The Alchemist. You read the book The Alchemist, because this is so similar to the energy that I get from this card of somebody that understands that they and they alone, through their sheer power, through their sheer will, they are like a pagan, a witch. They are a scientist. They can change the state of something from solid to liquid, right? From one type of thing to another. They are an alchemist. They can change art, right? Based off their own interpretation. They can change the photography, the way that that's seen. They could change a story. They can change your state, the way that you feel, right? All by just the movement of their hands. This actually could also be somebody that's very good in regards to energy, right? We've mentioned that a couple times here, but I think Reiki, right? I think like holding balls of energy in their hands and dispersing that. That doesn't mean that that's what they do for their career. I don't feel that, but I certainly feel this knowing of their power and how it radiates through them. Okay. Now, with this creator card and with this alchemist card, I wouldn't be surprised, as I had mentioned, if they were creative. Regardless, they are highly educated, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if this person has more than one degree or multiple certifications in a specific sector or field. With these points here, these speckles of dust, I always see data. So this person certainly could even work with computers. The power, the creator, the wand could be in the mind, like their mind works like a computer. I see scientists here in the alchemist card as well. There's something bright and brilliant and unique in what they do. I also see money here, right? Stocks on a screen. I see somebody able to see patterns in money and how quickly it moves through the screen, like the stock market, for example. I can see that being a skill that they use and a power that they flex. Math, digits, right? Patterns in coding and things like that, okay? Regardless, a very, very brilliant mind here. Moving to this deck here. What else can you tell me about this person for pile number 4, please? Dropped one. Openness here. What else, please, for pile number 4? With this alchemist card, I certainly get possible air energy here. We'll see where that goes when we get to the zodiac portion, but there's something so crystal clear and like uber organized and logical here in the alchemist card that I'm feeling. I'm also getting that this person could possibly be a minimalist. They see so much in their heads that a lot of exterior stimulation, sometimes I feel like it takes them either out of their element, okay, either out of, as I said that, simplicity, either out of their element, or there's something about like it frustrates them. There's noise in clutter. There's weight in a lot of trinkets and stuff like that. I don't think that they're this type of person. They like nice, clean things. The cleaner something is, the more organized they are, the more in control they feel, and the more room their mind has to wander about the things that they actually want to focus on. Okay, I saw somebody once that had an office that they had built in their home, and they painted an entire wall black because when they worked, they wanted to put their headphones on and to just be at the computer, and they wanted complete sensory deprivation. And this was somebody that worked with a lot of contracts, with a lot of numbers, and they didn't want any distractions, any even slight color. they wanted to completely black out any exterior noise visually. And I feel that here as well. So this person certainly could be sensitive in that sense, right, to loud, obnoxious decorations, or right, if you're a hoarder, things would be a bit turbulent here, okay? Now, we have openness. Obviously, they're going to be open with all of this power, right? We had mentioned that they're flexible as well. They don't adhere to anybody's dogma. They carve their own path. I also see that they understand with this openness card. They understand that they receive downloads, right? Elizabeth Gilbert is famous for talking about in her TED Talk on the elusive creative genius. If you are a fellow creative, I would highly recommend you watch that TED Talk on YouTube. She's famous for well, her books obviously, but she has a very popular TED Talk where she talks about how a lot of creatives, instead of putting the weight of their creativity on themselves, they ordained it to something divine that had imparted this wisdom on them for a moment to borrow, to show to the collective, to the world, right? And that released some of the pressure off of the creative to not feel like they had to be a genius or anything like that. And I feel very strongly here this sense of they attribute their gift, the way that their mind thinks, the way that they're able to create, they attribute that to the divine. They know that they receive downloads from the universe, right? And that that a certain portion of what they do isn't all about ego. It's about humility as well. They are humble enough to say, this could be parts hard work and part blessing. I am willing to entertain that I could not be 100% responsible for this, and I'm okay with that, right? In fact, I think it helps them. With the moon here, I see that they're quite intuitive. We had touched on that a second ago, right? And I also see that communication is going to be something that is not going to be a problem in your relationship, okay? They are clear, concise on what they need, on what they want. They don't mince words, okay? And they have a way of opening up and being vulnerable in a way that is quite passionate with this creator Ace of Wands hybrid underneath, okay? I also see that this openness could be the thing that they open up about, that that they create. Okay, this is like their superpower, them being willing to be open and vulnerable and honest about the human experience. That could be tied to what they do, okay? At the center, we have wisdom. This is water energy for me. Obviously, you can tell by the imagery. And this is always Pisces to me, like the moon card, okay? This is a person that, because they are so bendable and flexible, they've acquired so much more wisdom than people that are stuck in their routines, stuck in the same frame of mind. You will expand with this person. I feel like it will rub off on you and you will rub off on them. They're constantly learning and they're constantly sprinkling, I'm getting their own wisdom as they walk around, as they do things. They don't even realize the power that they have or how wise they come off, okay? And it's because of this versatility that they're able to be so wise, because it takes a certain person, a certain courage to say, I'm willing to listen to it all sides, all perspectives, right? To learn all things, even if I feel particularly compelled to one certain thing, I can be okay with hearing a different perspective. And there's a strength to that, right? There's a strength to that, and you're able to acquire things and adapt them for your own purposes, for your own ascension, when you think open-mindedly like that, okay? This is somebody that is going to be quite wise, and I'm getting like a bit of a rock in your life in that sense, okay? Now, we had mentioned, okay, the alchemist and perhaps a minimalist lifestyle, and sure enough, we have the card of simplicity here. They need mental clarity. As you know, for me, feathers are swords in the realm of the tarot, and swords represent our thoughts. They need mental clarity in order to make this magic happen. Okay, so a simplistic lifestyle, perhaps a simplistic diet, as I mentioned, could be vegan or vegetarian, right? I also see this simplicity card sometimes as a loved one or a guardian angel that looks out for this person. Somebody that turned from life to death, from body to dust, right? They went through their own process of alchemy, of change, of transformation, and now they hang suspended midair, watching over your future partner here, to make sure that I'm getting that this person remains an inspiration for this work. Perhaps if they're in the sciences, for example, right? Perhaps they. I'm being told to take the whole thing. Okay. Sometimes it really depends on the feeling, but I'm taking the chunk. We're doing that, okay? If they're in the sciences, I'm hearing that perhaps this person and their passing is the inspiration for this breakthrough type of work. Very interesting. It adds another layer to their personality as well, right? That they would act with the thought of the ghost of a loved one in the forefront of their mind. Perhaps somebody that died of a disease that they're trying to cure, or an ailment that they're trying to find a vaccine or a medication for, or something like that. Okay, very, very interesting. This is always air sign energy to me. As I had mentioned, I get air energy from the alchemist here as well. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We'll see what other signs come up. Now, Nine of Pentacles, this sign of independence, this sign of knowing that they stand on their own 2 feet. And with this openness, with this creator card, we know that we're not going to beat a dead horse, okay? They are their own emperor. We have Aries energy here specifically. They control their wand. They are in charge of what it is that they do. This is not somebody that works for somebody else. With the Knight of Cups, especially over this wisdom card, how beautiful is this? I wonder if this person is a little bit older than you, perhaps 4 years older than you specifically, right? Not a lot older, but just about 4 years or so older than you. We'll see how the rest of the spread goes, okay? I see here with the Knight of Cups over this wisdom card and this idea of flexibility, they're actually the ones that hit on you first, okay? They take control. You might meet them in the workplace specifically. I also see this here. Remember, the Nine of Pentacles talks about that independent energy, right? But it also talks about things like fashion. And look at this beautiful dress that this woman wears in this card. Now, whether they are male or female, I see that they are, again, a very nice dresser. And you notice that. You notice how sharp this person is from a distance. So although you notice each other first, I believe in either in your workplace, or I feel this could be healthcare as well, okay? Either in the workplace, or I feel like you will actually see them in the process of doing their own work, their own creative work. Maybe you see them on Instagram and you follow them and they mysteriously follow you back and you're like, what the heck, right? There's something that you see about them, but they act first. I feel very strongly that this is their energy, not just as the creator, right? But as the person in charge of their own life. And they are the ones that initiate coming forward with this cup of love for you. A cup that is genuine, that is rooted in experience, with the wisdom card here, right? And that almost says, like, I'm willing to bend for you. I'm a bit stubborn, because I do feel that, right? I'm a bit stubborn when it comes to my goals, not my beliefs, right? My goals, my life path. But for you, boy, oh boy, am I willing to bend. I'm willing to cross water, okay, to get to know you a little bit better. There's something about you specifically. You certainly could be a water sign. You don't have to be. There's something about you, because remember, when I asked the question about if this was going to be within 2 years, your clarifiers were the Ace of Cups, as in yes, and this is new, right? A new person coming in with a cup of love overflowing. But you also had the Seven of Cups. I see this as perhaps your perplexing energy for them. And I love, love, love this this combination here. I'll tell you why. Think about the type of brain that we're dealing with here, right? The next Elon Musk, the next, regardless of what you think about these people on a personal level, right? The next Jeff Bezos, the next Steve Jobs, like there's something quite brilliant about this person. The next Van Gogh. You see where I'm going with this. So there's something so unique and special about the way that their mind works. And yet here they stand intrigued by you, confused by you, by the feelings of love that you spark in them. I think that's actually what intrigues them towards you. Like they look at you and they say, what an anomaly. I love that that word came out, because I can guarantee you that that was them speaking and not me. What an anomaly. How fitting for that, for their personality, right? What an anomaly. They see you as this wild, and that doesn't mean that you're like, busting in the room like a stallion, okay? They see you as this uninhibited, open. There's something about you that is so against the grain, laissez-faire. I don't give a what, like open, honest. There's something about you, and in that lies brilliance, and perhaps a little bit of conflicting, like juxtaposition in you too. Like you can't decide where you're going or what you want to be, or and you're just like, why don't I just be it all, right? Like I see somebody throwing their hat off on a convertible and like really wanting to feel the wind in their hair and just say, who cares? Like I just want to live. There's something about that they recognize a certain freedom in that. And they love that about you, that you're able to do that. And I feel like that is something that they want to draw from you, that they want to learn from you, the way you're able to let go and just be. Very, very nice. Wheel of Fortune here. Clearly a good luck omen in regards to this particular relationship. Okay. I always take these upright. Ace of Swords here. Truth, clarity, right? We discussed that here. Air energy with the Simplicity card. Somebody loyal, somebody honest. And I'm getting here, especially with the Ace of Swords over the Emperor, somebody with some clout, with some respect. Like you better put some respect on this person's name, because their name holds weight. There is something noble about their reputation. In the industry, I'm getting in the circle that they traverse in. There's even like their horse bows down to show them respect. I love that. Seven of Pentacles here. This is a person that is always growing, and I see this combination here with the sevens here. First, there's something so luck and happenstance about your meeting. I also see here that you start on third base with this person. And perhaps that's one of the things that's so confusing to both of you in regards to this relationship. This idea that, why do we feel like we've known each other before? Why do we feel like this has, like we've already gotten to know each other a little bit. There's already something grown here. And I feel that like in the chakras, like deep, right? That we've started this relationship before. There's something so deeply rooted in friendship here. It's like the idea of like dating your best friend. You know each other so well. You could start as friends with the Nine of Pentacles here first, right? And then we can evolve our relationship into something more serious, into actual love. There's something that you feel like I've known you in another time in this particular spread. Very, very nice. Let's see what else we can get for you. Let's check zodiac signs. Obviously, I'd mentioned that Pisces came up. We had some water and some air energy here. The Emperor, Aries energy. They don't have to be any of these signs, but I like to mention these things as we go through the spread, because it could be one of their in one of their other positions aside from their sun sign. It could be a completion of the chart, another part of their chart. Okay. Let's see what we can get in regards to potential zodiac signs for you. For pile number 4, please. Okay, there's your Emperor, there's your Aries. For pile number 4, please. Certainly would explain the wand, right? I said that was fire. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Please give me, let's say 2 more cards, please, for pile number 4. Thank you. We have the High Priestess here, Pisces energy, and the Lovers, Gemini. So really a combination of what we've already seen, right? Aries and fire, Gemini with this air, right? I feel like this is more their brain wave. The Aries is more how they approach life, career path and life purpose, excuse me. And then the High Priestess here is how they communicate emotionally. Pisces level love, which is, I know I'm biased because I'm also a water sign, but is such a juicy, beautiful, giving, compromising, open love, right? Very, very nice. Even here with the High Priestess, you can tell that she holds her crystal to her ear like a landline to the divine, and that certainly puts this idea of these downloads into perspective, right? Beautiful. I also want to know what it is that you're going to learn and teach in this particular relationship. Oh, I had mentioned best friend, right? What are they going to learn and teach? Shine from within. One more, please. Learning and teaching for pile number 4 in this relationship, purity. Wow, this coming up last, like simplicity. Okay, so clearly that your wildness, your go with the flow, right? It will rub off on them, and perhaps their simplicity will rub off on you. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Magical Gateway card. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown. Yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. The reason that I feel that this card came out, I almost get like judgment in my head, as in, don't judge a book by its cover, not in regards to their physical looks, but what they do, how educated they are. There's something that like, there's a hesitation there, like, will we get along? Will we have conversations? This is a classic yin and yang. Not always do opposites attract, but I feel here that you might find so much in common with this particular person, okay? So first we got friendship, and I had mentioned this idea of being with your best friend here, okay? Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. Certainly this person, because they have such big dreams, they can be a good listener in regards to your big dreams. I also see here that you learn about supporting each other when it comes to big goals, right? The big, weighty, meaty stuff. You understand now how to navigate that kind of support, and you receive it reciprocally. I'm getting, actually, for the first time, because it's so inclusive, it's so like stable, it's so always there, that you've never experienced something like this type of support before. And as a result of that, it feels like you have a friendship for the first time. You have a romance for the first time, okay? Shine from within here at the center. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. Now, typically, right, I'm able to grasp whether you're learning, you're teaching, or it's a mutual. I feel like with this friendship, this is very, very mutual. You both are teaching and learning from each other in this regard. This shine from within, this was the hesitancy that I was talking about. I said, don't judge a book by its cover, right? This is what you're learning, I feel. They're teaching you this, to not limit yourself on, if they have 5 PhDs, for example, why are you intimidated by that, right? It doesn't say anything less about you. You could be self-conscious about your looks, or, right, in that way. And they're going to teach you how to love every single inch of yourself, and to shine from within. Even underneath here on the lovers, this shine comes from the both of you, from the link, from the connection, and they're going to teach you how to do that, how to accept yourself. I see so many compliments from this person. I see so many just beautiful, loving affirmations that you know are not BS. They genuinely believe that there's this true beauty within you. Okay? The last card is one that I feel that they teach you. This is the card of purity, as I had mentioned, this idea of release. Maybe, after a while you decide like, man, I kind of like how burdenless their life is. And I'd like to adapt some of these practices. They're things that I've been holding on to in my space for too long, and I need to let those things go, right? That could even be people, okay? Here's the purity card. What a beautiful card, isn't that? I love that visual. I always put all the cards that I list in the description if you're curious, okay? All the cards that I use, I list them below. Purity, always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. I feel like that, this idea of purity, of releasing the material, of releasing things that no longer serve you, things that are like anchors or memories of times past and gone that are just holding you down. Learning to have that simplicity in your life, that purity and that release, that helps you connect to your own intuition and helps you connect to the divine. Okay, very, very beautiful. I'm also going to grab a couple of extra bonuses for you, okay? The first is a couple of initials, so we can see if we can pinpoint a name, a first, middle, or a last name initial here, okay? I typically do not list the names. I only do the first, middle, and last name initials. I feel like names are kind of like off limits, right? Like if you note, I never answer legal questions or medical questions. There are certain boundaries that I feel every reader, picks, and those are some of mine. Names, for some reason, I feel they're best left to the viewer, the receiver, to see what pops out for you in that regard. Okay. We're going to get some tiles out here for you, and then I've also got some really cool little bins that I've added some keywords to that so far in the last couple of readings have been a lot of fun. Okay. We'll have that, and then we'll do some charms for you as well. And I'd like to get some an oracle card, a special oracle card for you in the end. Okay. Now I have GDOAOEIOALONRMN. All right. The one of the words that really stuck out to me in the beginning here is God. And there's something about like God and the godhood. There's a connection here between your person and like they've got like a dial-up, like they can call on the red phone, right? And be like, I need to speak to God. I need a great idea for this next project or something like that. There's something so powerful about this person. Obviously, I'm not saying they are a god. I'm just saying they have a very unique connection, a very unique gift in this sense. The word confirm also is really wanting to jump out. I know that the C is missing, but when I pull the letters out, the words out, it's just about what pops out to me as I scan left and right quickly, not about every single tile that is here. Confirm, like a confirmation. This is a confirmation of a feeling that you may have had that this person is coming. Okay. I see road here, as in the road has been like long coming. They're taking the long road, which is interesting, right? Perhaps, what's funny is when I got that 18 plus, I did feel a little weird about it. Not because I felt it was inaccurate, but I felt like there was something like a detour or a something about time. We did get the Wheel of Fortune here as well. Something about time, like a delay. There was a delay here. You were supposed to meet this person a while ago, and then like wires got crossed, or somebody got distracted. or didn't learn the lessons they needed to learn in a particular portion of their life for the universe to set this up the way that it was supposed to be set up or something. Quite interesting, okay? I also see long form. This could certainly have to do with their creative work. They could do long form writing, long form creative work. But I see this as, again, taking the long way around to get to you. Quite interesting, okay? Alrighty. You might spot some keywords here yourself. And if you do, please feel free to share them down below. The word normal comes out to me too. They might seem too normal for you on the surface, and you're like, we're gonna be a good fit, right? But trust me, this is a good person for you, okay? Alrighty. I want to get some of these for you. These have been really fun throughout the last couple of readings, so we'll see what we get for you, okay? Alright. Beautiful. Stocky, their build, right? Black hair, short hair, freckles, their smile, I underline that. There's something about their smile that is so radiant that, as I mentioned, right? There's something physically that is so radiant that it makes you think, wow, like I'm attracted to them without even speaking, okay? Tall, sexy AF, 5 to 10 years older, okay? I think I had 4 here. Blue, they could certainly have blue eyes, but I also see this as blue aura, something healing, something calming. They lead with that. And here is the word aura, by the way. Okay. Buff and athletic. So yes, that confirms that stocky build. And muscular, again, somebody that really takes care of their body here. You're getting somebody quite sexy here. Okay. Let's see what else we can get. Right? Charismatic, loyal and reliable. We saw that with that Ace of Swords, right? Soul, we're going to keep that to the side. Oh my goodness. We're going to keep these to the side as well. Meticulous, right? Anal, almost OCD. I had mentioned that before. Experienced, quite smart too, right? Openness, you literally got that card of openness here. Wow. If you get another one of those, I'm going to freak out. Adventurous, somebody that doesn't mind. Again, flexible, right? Quite imaginative. Surely if they're creative in this sense, they're going to be quite imaginative, right? I think, did I get this one? Okay. Warmth here. A warm personality, which is very, see, this is why I feel like they've got perhaps air in the dominant, right? But also cups, Pisces, right? Like water underneath. There's something about the way they love, perhaps a moon, right? There's something so wet about that, so deep and I don't know, there's something specific that feels watery, okay? Open-minded, we see that with openness, and devoted. So beautiful. Very much falls in line with what we picked up on in the reading. Now, you've got, first, you're connected on a soul level to this person. And I want you to see, I only put 4 of these in the entire bin. Twin flame. That's 3 out of the 4. This could possibly be your twin flame that you're meeting. Very nice. And it makes sense because I kept getting that yin yang and like how you mirror each other, but you're so different. You're polar opposites. You both bring something to the table. There's something about like marrying 2 different sides of the same thing. It's like you're mirrors, but you look the opposite way, if that makes any sense, okay? So this person could, triple confirmation here, okay? Could very well be your twin flame, okay? As I said, you're not just getting a partner to be romantic with. Like, this is your best friend. Like, you can't, you can't go on without this person, okay? Okay, now this last one. I'm not going to tell you what this is, but you can use your imagination, okay? Because we're keeping things clean at this channel, okay? So you're just going to have to let your mind drift wherever your mind drifts. I have absolutely nothing to do with where your mind goes here, okay? All right. For some reason, I felt compelled to grab a lot of those. This wand could certainly, and the openness, right? The Emperor, whew, this could certainly be sexual energy here, right? Like well endowed if you're into men, takes control, open to trying new things, right? But like also like this desire to like open somebody up. And again, this idea of Aries, of the Emperor, like somebody, I saw Dom here. Perhaps they like to be dominant in that way. Not in a toxic way, but in a fun, flirty, like, hey, let's put you in some handcuffs here for a moment. let's get a good spanking going. Okay, all right. Sexy. That's a double. We had that before, right? Oh, this is a good one. Nobody got this one either. You, pile number 4, you are getting some juicy stuff here. Muse. Now, if they are in fact a creative, you are their muse, and the way that they connect with you on a physical level is their inspiration. I get like, the shape of your body somehow makes it into the words in their books, or like there's something about you inherently as a lover that makes it into the art or into the product or into the science that they create. You are their muse. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We have lips and kiss, luscious lips, somebody that likes to use them. 6-pack, we had already determined, right, that they're in shape. Another nod to how in shape they are. Oh my goodness, didn't I say Dom and Spank? You got Spank here, okay? Somebody that likes to play. Endowed. Again, right, I had mentioned Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords here. What else? You first. Ah, oh, I love that. Didn't I make a mention of that? That could have been another reading, but it certainly might have been this one. You first, as in, I'm waiting for you to get there. And you can use your imagination on what that means. They will always ensure. They're not selfish. They're not a selfish lover. They will always ensure that you go first, okay? This is funny. This person has a body on them, okay? You got bubble butt. You got somebody with a little bubble butt here, okay? Cuddles. This person loves to cuddle, to embrace. It's funny because this cuddles landed here, and I almost get this sense with the imagery of this person, like this idea of shining from within and them, as I had mentioned, teaching you that. Like, it's almost like they're holding you with their own light. This idea of cuddles, right? Like you can feel them cuddling you even with just their words. So beautiful. So we have cuddles there. What else? Lingerie, somebody that might make you want to buy some, or that if you're a female, you might want to wear some for this person, right? Or they might buy some for you, depending on your gender and how you roll, okay? This is a good one. Perhaps something that you'll be saying, especially if you're going first, right? Don't stop. Very nice. And the last one is naughty. Yeah, we had already gotten some hints of that with the Dom and the Spank and everything. Naughty, naughty person. Okay, that's fun. I love those little extra bonus cards here. Let's get some charms, and then we'll wrap it up with the most important part of the reading, okay? Okay. All right. We've already established the endowed part. I also get this as sweetness, obviously. Actually, let me leave all of these here so that when I zoom, they're all in the same place, okay? Endowed, sweetness, lollipop, lollipop. There's something so fun, actually, about... it's like you guys have mutual drive, like the masculine and the feminine. You both have the same oomph, the same desire for one another, the same appetite for one another. I love this idea, as I had mentioned, that you're twins, but you face the opposite way. The yin and the yang of you is what complements. And we see that here with pink and blue. This doesn't have to be gender specific, as in man or woman, right? It just means your energies. I had mentioned the word blue had come up in one of the slivers of paper, and how I thought that was aura. And I feel that that's their aura here. This blue, okay? Very nice. Twins here. Also here. Both of you might be interested in being sharp dressers and looking nice and smelling good. And we have another confirmation that you're twins here as well, okay? This rainbow, always looking at the bright side of the rainbow, but I see here too, this certainly could be something that they do, especially with the leaf here as well, this idea of science of the mind, of weather, of understanding the atmosphere, of elements, alchemy, okay? That certainly could be a letter in their name, or something in your name, or something special with special meaning. A beautiful glittering heart here, clearly love that shines very, very bright for the both of you, okay? A beautiful key, perhaps the key to each other's hearts. I'm going to come back to this one. We have what looks like a lizard or an alligator. There's something I'm getting like sleek and sexy about them, but also tough, like the skin is tough. They've got tough skin. They can take a beating. They can take in search for their goals. Like this person, if they fail, they go back. They get up. It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. I see that they have that like tough animal spirit, okay? Obviously, some love here between you, and this being wrapped in this blue energy, like their blue aura, I felt is I feel like they're going to be the ones that really like, there's something so marshmallowy about what you do to them in this particular relationship, okay? And that's probably why they're so confused. Like, why does this person have this control over me, okay? We've got some sweets here, some pineapple. I had mentioned perhaps vegan or vegetarian earlier, right? That could certainly be in regards to dietary. This could be in regards to their sweetness as a person. And I believe that this is literally a sweet tooth, but there's also something sexual here, as in somebody that's like bon appetit, like I like to eat. Okay, that rhymes. Look at me being a poet. Okay, we have a cat here. This, to me, is intuition, right? This is sexiness, sleekness. I also see this as somebody that has experienced quite a bit. As they say, cats have lived 9 lives, right? You've got the Vespa here, always forward moving, somebody that perhaps likes to travel quite a bit. They could have Cancer in their chart somewhere, with this being a bit of a chariot here, okay? And this angel, we see this here in the cloud as well. Certainly could be a healer, as I had mentioned, doctor, certainly fits with this type of mind, the way that their mind works. But I see that they are an angel nonetheless, just because of the love that they bring into your life, okay? I see this flower almost open, but not quite. They are open and vulnerable, and I feel like you open them up the rest of the way. We had already talked about the candies, the lollipop, the sweetness, right? There's something like magical as well. I get like carnival, that feeling when you're a kid and you go to the Ren Fair or a carnival or something, or the circus, and you feel like full of wonder. I feel like that's them. Their energy is like, there's something so wonderful about their energy. The last one is this hairpin that I said that I was going to come back to. Now, as you remember, I had mentioned that I got a weird feeling from the 18 plus, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune here, this idea of the long road or long form, a delay or a detour of some sort. And this hairpin makes me think of that as well. We put a pin in this. The universe put a pin in this or something like that, which I think is quite interesting, okay? This is finally coming into fruition. And a flower here. I think their open personality, but also their beautiful gestures towards you. Perhaps they're the type that brings flowers and brings chocolates and remembers birthdays and does sweet things like that, okay? All right, last portion, and then we're going to wrap it up. This, I always say, is the most important part of the reading. I typically only do this for personal readings, but I'm going to do this for you. This is a card for you. This is a card of anything that the universe wants you to focus on, wants you to work on, wants you to improve, or wants you to, at a minimum, think about, right? While you wait for this person to come into your life. This is in regards to your ascension specifically, and to help make you malleable, right? In the way that you need to be, the lesson that you need to learn for this union, this relationship to best come to fruition. The Lover. Ooh, you got a beautiful one there, huh? Very in line with the reading. A beautiful swan here, and this radiant imagery here, okay? Perhaps this is, again, in preparation for love specifically, that you are receiving this particular guidance. Just looking that up for you here. And here is that for those that would like to screenshot. This is homework, so you better take your notes, okay? I'm kidding. The Lover, the heart, the beloved, the devoted. Some words here from your own future partner here. Pulsing through the heart of the Lover is gratitude. The Lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, reveling in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The Lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there. Oh, we knew, right? We know that from them. The Lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake, with no expectations or rules about what should be. Very much that Judgment card imagery that I got of not the hesitancy to experience something because it's not the way that it should be. Rather, the Lover is in awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. When light, connection, expansion, devotion, and awe. Reminds me of that wonder, right? When dark, indulgence, attachment, and obsession. Go deeper. Contemplate Aphrodite, Krishna, and Raja. The Lover archetype is present everywhere, not just where conventional forms of pleasure and beauty are found. The Lover's awe is unconditional, and unconditional is emphasized here. When you hold someone's gaze for several moments, you'll feel the Lover within you awaken. It is common to seek the Lover in another. The true gift is finding the Lover in yourself. Certainly a nod there to self-love, which we had discussed in the Shine From Within card. Some homework for you to do on this expression of love, on gratitude, perhaps for this love that is coming before it shows up, flexing those affirmations, those affirmation muscles, right? And really making space for this thing, however it is that it is supposed to be, right? That the universe wills it for you. And practicing that as we await their arrival and your arrival in their life. So that we are not missing any opportunities to have love like this in our lives. A very, very beautiful reading for you. Pile number 4, that was your reading. I hope so much that you enjoyed it. I know that I certainly enjoyed doing it for you, and I feel honored that I was able to put this together for the collective. I want to thank you for joining me and let you know a couple things before you go. First, I wanted to let you know that next week on this channel, every single day for the whole week, Monday through Friday, I will be posting a video about your future spouse. Okay? So if you love future spouse videos, next week is going to be your week here on the channel. The following week, I will have videos all for singles. Again, we are prepping for love and we are revving up. I've got a full schedule of how I feel that this new energy shift is unfolding for everybody and what we need to be prepared for when. So you'll see that evolve over on the channel as I feel, get closer to this apex that we're reaching energetically. Okay, so if you enjoy those types of videos, please stick around. Please consider subscribing because those will be coming up very, very soon. I also want to let you know that by the time that you watch this, I will be giving away the Antique Anatomy Tarot and guidebook for those of you that are interested in winning a beautiful tarot deck and a guidebook. Then this will be available for giveaway. Head over to my Instagram, which is linked up above or in the description below, so that you can win your chance to enter. All right. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you found the video fun, exciting, lovely, whatever. If you did, please let me know down below. Give the video a thumbs up. And hopefully I see you again in the future. Bye-bye.